Well, good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B. Oh my goodness, I didn't change my lower third. Man, I thought I had it all together, and then turns out I don't. It's okay. I just changed this to a 9, and we're good to go. It's October 9th, 2023, and the moon is waning 23%. So we're heading towards a new moon phase. Yes. And then, it's going to be a new moon, and then there'll be the solar eclipse, right? On that 14th. And it's one of those crazy Ring of Fire eclipses. I wish I would be able to be in a place where I could go record it and watch it, but I cannot. I'm busy. Let me say hello to you fine people. Psyop within a psyop. Much love, everyone. Vegas baby. Carrie, hey, did she cancel or change her mind? Yes, I changed my mind, Carrie. I'm back. I'm here. I worked my hiney off over the weekend, like Thursday and Friday and stuff. I was just glued to my computer, and I just did all the stuff I had to do to get done. And so because of that, I felt like I could take a little bit of time and still stream today. I do still have more work to do, but I think we'll be good. Ashley Knopp, Mark Wontrubba, Tony Coriolis, good to see you. Over here on the poop tube, you see Zulu 1. Yes, Danny Smith, great to get a chance to say how much we appreciate your work and commitment to our community here in the UK. Is no exaggeration to say we love you, Karen. Well, thank you, Danny. That's a very kind compliment. I certainly appreciate that. Alpine Endeavor, Zulu 1, Geekins, I'm actually up for the start of the show. Yes, you are. Valley Parks. Happy trails and travels to my people. Martin Ellen, big up. Good to see you. The yellow spider guy. Good morning, Flurfs. Carrie Musgrave, good day all. Hi, Carrie. I am so excited. I'm pretty sure you said you're going to be there in Vegas. I'm excited to get to see you. And of course, there's Ted Summer and Truman Burbank and Spicy Sarah and Benny Boy, Jameson Kimbrell, National Memorial Gardens, Keto Cheeto. Good to see you. Matrix 6 on the Rumbles. Oh, you know what? I forgot to share this stream on Facebook. Let me go do that real quick before I forget. I'm sorry, you guys. I should do this before I start talking to you, but alas, I did not. At least it worked, though. Couple times here, I've been streaming to, the stream's been failing to Facebook. I don't know why that's happening, but it has been, although right now it's good. We're good. We're on Facebook. Streaming to Deception, Fraud, and Fakery. Alrighty, and that's done. So, Karen Lewis, good morning, good to see you. Hello, my fellow Karen. Greetings, sister. I am Ion's cat. Hi, good times for all. Hi, Zach. Sue Finelli. Jean is here. I'm the... Overslept this morning. What? There was a, you guys don't do, whatchamacallit on Mondays, do you? No? Or do you do that Monday now? Did your schedule change? Zach? Because, if it has recently, I've not been paying attention. Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. So much fun. Let me open. Oh, by the way, let me put this. Let me put a window over here on the other screen so you guys can see some stuff. There's a meetup. Somebody emailed me about a meetup. A guy named Gary Shelton. He emailed me from Indiana. He's having a meetup in Chesterton, Indiana, the same weekend as Flatoberfest because he cannot make it to Flatoberfest. So it's October 22nd. I think that's Sunday. I think that's a Sunday, right? I actually didn't even check. Yes, that's a Sunday. Right, because Flatoberfest is the 21st and the 22nd, so that's Saturday and Sunday. So this is on the Sunday. If you're unable to go to Flatoberfest, there's going to be a Flat Earth meetup in Chesterton, Indiana, at a place called Fat Burrito. And I have here a link on Google Maps. It'll take you there. Gary is also on the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, Zodiac, and Clog app as GLS Flat. And I did go in the app myself and search him out, and I was able to find him under that name, so I do know it works. And he also has his contact information. So there you go. There's a meetup in Indiana for folks. Hello, Chicago artist Boston Ray. What's up? Big Pine Sailing. Hi. All right. So, that's what we're doing. That's what we've got going on right now. Also, if you are going to Flatoberfest, I have some goodies that I've been working on. I've been talking about, every year at the event, I have something that I give away. First and second year, I gave away patches. But I don't ever see anybody wearing the patches, and I don't know what you guys are doing with them. So I was like, I don't want to keep doing that. So I try to mix it up every year. I tried to give away shirts. I think last year that was a nightmare because finding everybody's size. So I'm not doing anything that specific like that. It has to be a one thing for all. All right. So, this year, what I'm doing is I'm having a event poster printed, and it's going to be like anybody who went to what do you call it? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Oh, the Fillmore. Okay, remember the Fillmore posters. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so Fillmore posters, right? So like every time, if you went to go see a music show, a rock concert, whatever, at any of the Fillmores, they always have these posters, right, that they give away at the event. They have them in a stack that are like in the center of the room, and as you walk in, you grab one, or as you're leaving, you grab one or whatever. But they have posters, right? Poster art that go with the event, and you give them away for free. So if you go to these shows, you can collect them, and they're highly collectible. So some of these are really cool. Mine is not as graphic-y, bold like these. It doesn't really look the same, but I'll show you what it looks like. But I wanted it to have plenty of space on it so that people could get signatures from whoever. People love to have, things that they can have signed, and then you take it back and you've got like everybody's signature on the front of it. I mean, we were doing this with like Popular Science magazines at one conference. But I wanted to have something that to make sure everybody had something that they could take away. You don't have to have everybody sign it. You don't have to have anybody sign it. You do whatever you want. You just take it away and keep it. So let me just pull it up. So it's gonna look like this. Well, let me move it over. My cup's in the way. So it looks like this. And then, and I'm having 1,000 of them printed so that when you're there, when you show up, you can get one, or you can wait till you're leaving. Oh, the keychains, yeah. Keychains are cool, but they don't really last, they don't last that long. I mean, they're fun. But I didn't really order a ton of keychains this time either, but I have other little various things that I'm giving away. But I'm having 1,000 of these posters printed, and I'm having them printed on a thicker stock similar to the style of the Fillmore posters. So it'll be like, you know, sturdy, so you can walk around with it. And yeah. And I'm having 1,000 of them printed. I don't think there's going to be 1,000 people there. So realistically, if you really wanted to, you could probably take one and have it signed, and then take another one and keep it mint if you really wanted to. I think there'll be enough people there that are posters printed that you can do that. I could use a patch to sell for 3 Gs. What? Yeah, magnets. Yeah, I always have different stuff. I've got a whole bunch of like various things that will be there to give away. And I'm also having some, I'm gonna have some Gleason maps, some high-res, you know, high-res copy of the Gleason map, printed poster size on, and it's gonna be mounted to foam core. And I'm probably gonna have the speakers sign these, and then we'll raffle them off. Stuff like that. It'll be fun. You need about 3 Gs right now, Big Pine? Oof. That's a lot of cabbage. Danny Smith, the so-called elite are running scared. Your conference will keep them on their toes, running as the veil is opening. Well, you know what? Did you guys see, you see all the fear porn that's been going on leading up to this event? It's been ridiculous. It has been the worst of any year ever. So maybe they're trying to freak everybody out so they don't show up, you know? I'm still going. Everybody I know is still going. It's on, baby. So... You have any patches left? I do have some patches left. I do. Let me actually, hold on, let me see. Like I said, I only did patches 2 years. 2020 had a patch, and then 2021. This is what it looks like for 2021. Let me see if you guys can... Right? That was the patch for 2021. They're cool, right? You can put them in their iron-on. They come with a little iron-on ready to go. Boom. I do have some of these left. I guess I could put them on the website if anybody's interested in these. They're, you know, but they're Flatoberfest 2021. They're dated. But I have some. But yeah. You love the patches, Sue? I still think about the stones shooting in us at the hotel in Spartanburg. Oh, drones. What? Drones spying with the lights off? I don't know. The poster is a cool idea. You like the patch? Yeah. I didn't order patches this year, though. But if you guys are into patches, I might design like a generic patch, a flat earth patch for y'all. I like these. It's cool, you know, now that I've like been doing these events, I've kind of figured out how to get all this stuff made and like where to go to get like cool things, cool tchotchkes, cool giveaways. It's fun stuff, right? Well, yeah. Well, we're doing the poster this year. It'll be great. Why do I smell something like it's burning? I'll be right back. Alrighty. Alrighty. And we're good. Just had to check. Fire and brimstone. Found something weird about satellites. Man, I'll tell you what. There's a lot going on right before the event. I feel like, boy, it's like stuff's kind of cuckoo. What about this war, y'all? What about this war? It's like crazy staged false flag looking type of stuff, but at the same time it's just kind of crazy. They're really running with it. We don't have to talk about it. We can get into it later if you want. Hello, Cammy. Yeah, I had to kick on the heater for the very first time this season. It got cold. Their transit paths all avoid the islands. Which islands? I was gonna have, oh wait, let me open my phones. I do plan on having, Chad Davis call in today. If you guys aren't familiar, Chad Davis he's been, at, one or two of the past FEICs. He's not been to any of my events yet, but he will be at this one, and he's going to be doing a sound bath at the beginning of day 2. And he wanted to come on and give us all a breakdown of what a sound bath is and what he'll be doing. So, let's see. I think he wanted to call in around 10:30.
Welcome to the conference center. You are a host.
All right. So there we go. So that'll be coming up in about a half hour. And that'll be good. I actually am looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward to the sound bath that he's going to be doing at the event. I don't know if any of you do know what a sound bath is or have any idea about it, but basically it is a session where Chad, or the whoever, but in this case it will be Chad, and he plays all these singing bowls and all of these different sort of instruments that are tuned to healing frequencies, right? So you know how all the singing bowls will be tuned to like different hertz frequencies, which coincide with each chakra and all that. So I think that's pretty much what's going to be going on. I don't know exactly what type of instruments he's going to be playing. I know he's got quite a setup. It's going to be mic'd up. Okay, so it'll be loud enough and bright enough that the whole room's going to hear it live right there. So it's basically a sound bath for the entire room, full of the event. I mean, and it's all healing frequencies. And I just feel like that is going to be like one of the most amazing things. Because if any of you have been to the past events and you know what it's like to just be sitting in the room with everybody, and you know that feeling. Now imagine that feeling and then everybody being immersed in all these beautiful healing frequencies of these singing bowls and stuff that he's got. I mean, mind blown. It's going to be amazing. Just like last season. Remember last season it got really cold super quick. Like there was that first initial like freezing blast that came in. That sucked. Israel situation getting warm here. Hi Geo World. Are you in Israel? Anybody? Peace and grace, Sister Karen. Hello, disciple of the Messiah. Gnostic Academy. Hey, Marty. Hey, Marty. It's good to see you. I 1000% enjoyed every Flatoberfest I ever attended. That's awesome, Valley Parks. That is my goal. That is my absolute intention, is that everybody has an amazing, wonderful time and they have the best time ever, and that they make lifelong friends and know what it's like to be around, completely surrounded by wonderful, beautiful people. So there's that. You heard Flatoberfest is no more? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Why isn't it letting me? I was trying to give you a wrench, Marty, but it's not letting me do it for whatever reason. This is stupid. It won't save. I'm sorry. I love Flatoberfest. Thank you, Karen. You're welcome, Sue. Thank you for being at every event. And thank you for always supporting my events. That's what keeps me going. That's what has kept me going. But yeah, man, I don't know. This one's been really tough. You know why? Because a lot of people, like, it was just really tough because certain people wanted to be included, but it's just not the vision I have for my event, and they got really upset, and other people started calling me a gatekeeper and telling, and people just, every time I do these, all I do is I get these like outside attacks. And I know that it's just because, there's entities that don't want things like this to happen because it goes against what they're trying to do to us. Like, this is us. This is like a way of peacefully protesting against this beast system, right? By doing whatever we're doing, and by getting together and convening and having fellowship and building bonds together, and that's sort of that human element that, they really can't take from us. That's like the one, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm articulating that correctly. I feel like that's why these, I particularly get that a lot because I'm the one doing it, but it's hard, man. It's hard. It's like, it starts to be, this year was really bad. Like I felt more than ever the people that I was trying to bring together, like they were the ones, it's definitely more from the side of flat earth this time, where I was getting all this crap, and like getting called these names, and I don't know, man. It's just, you can't please everybody. And it just wears on you after a while, maybe I just need a break. Maybe I'll just take a year off. Am I articulating correctly? Hi, Rose. There's been too much nonsense recently. Yeah, man, it's rough. One-on-one is the way. Yeah. Just tell them to get bent. Well, Valley Park, see, I do. And then it's like, oh, of course, you're a Karen, you're a Karen or whatever, and I don't want to fight with people, but I have a very specific intent and vision that I do with Flatoberfest, and it is all about flat earth, level, geostationary, motionless earth, geostationary, level, geocentric earth. Okay, that's what I want it to be about, and all topics closely related to that. There are other things that people consider to fall under the subject or under the umbrella of flat earth that I don't necessarily agree with. Some of it I just don't, you've heard me go off about it before in the past, and I'm just going to stick to that for this event, because there's so many things and so many theories flying around that people have, and a lot of it just can't be proven. It's not, there's really no solid, there's really no solid proof for a lot of the things that people are saying, and I just don't want to include that in this. I want to stick to the things that we know, the things that we can prove, which is that the earth is not a ball in space. And let's just start there, and I love it because every year I've got more and more new people that show up to the event. The first thing we do at these events is we say, who's here for the first time? And every year there's a good many people that raise their hands, dozens, many dozens of people. It's their first time. And so that's what I want. I want to keep reincorporating, keep bringing new people into this truth that we know, right? I don't want to get distracted with these other little branches of things that have come out of it, right? With this, I don't even want to go and say the things, but I just want to stick to flat earth. And that's my vision for this event. And I just felt like I got a lot of flack from people around me this year for doing that. And I just, I really, really fought with that for a while this year. And I just, in the end, decided to just stick with my gut and just keep it about flat earth. And I don't regret that. But at the same time, it's been tough, man. It's been tough to stay focused. It's been tough to try to stay focused. So many people try to get in your way and be like, hey, what about this? Hey, Karen, what about this? Or, there'll be somebody else coming, hey, Karen, what about this? You need to come look at this. It's like, you know what? No, I don't find any value in those certain things. I don't see them going anywhere. I don't see truth in it, to be honest. A lot of what people try to tell me. But I do know that the earth is not a ball because I fucking tested it. I went and I spent, I went across the world. I flew across the plane. I went to many different places to participate, performing tests and direct measurements of Earth curvature, and it is not there. So that is why I like to just keep it focused, because that, there's still so much denial around this subject, and it is still the most attacked, if you ask me, because it's pretty easy to go and get some globe believer on board with, some funky alternative history idea, or some like, oh, the world millions of years ago used to look like this, which is like where a lot of that stuff is coming from, right? Like they're deriving their theories and ideas from globalist, evolutionist ideas, you know, I'm not doing that. Everyone is in some type of cult cultures. Yeah. Get into the weeds of speculation and uncertainty and you will lose new people. Big pine sailing. Exactly. Right? Like, we have a preponderance of evidence to show beyond a shadow of a doubt that we do not live on a soggy space pear in the vacuum of space, right? Like, there's so much. It's enough. Then, you know, when you wake people up to that and when you show them that they've been lied to and they start, you know, relearning everything or rediscovering everything, then you guys can have these other conversations about, well, maybe this or maybe that and blah, 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 blah. But I'm trying to stay focused on the topic at hand, my friend. You are keeping it simple. Thank you so much. Well, you're welcome, Harmon. I'm glad some people appreciate it. And I know, like, I think it's gotten to the point where people are, you know, they're looking for new topics, new stuff to talk about because I get it. You know, after a while, after 8 years, it kind of becomes old hat. I mean, really, it is. Like, for me, it's just like, oh yeah, that's where we live now. It's like not even a thing. It's not even like, I don't even really necessarily feel like I have to shout it from the mountaintops anymore. Like, remember when you first found out and you were like, I gotta tell everybody, holy crap, everybody's gonna want to know that we were lied to. And then you tell like 5, 10, 20, 30 people and every single one of them tells you that you're a retard and you're like, eh. Well, imagine doing that for like 8 years. So after a while, you're just like, you know what? Oh, you don't believe it? All right, fuck off then. I don't care. You know? Oh, you actually have questions? You want to know more? Well, let's talk about it. That's where I'm at. So, and it's starting to become not so taboo to talk about anymore because more and more people are coming out. So for me, that's awesome. Great opportunity. We're going to go to Vegas. We're going to be like in the central hotspot of the West Coast. We've got a lot of people coming. I've given out something that I've done this year that I haven't done at past events is I've got a lot of press passes that I've given out. There's some people coming that have way bigger channels than any of us do. And they're not troll channels. Okay? I'm not, you know, I at least, you know, did my diligence and looked at what these people did before I allowed them to have passes to the event. But there's going to be some cool people coming and it's going to get the word out. It's going to get a lot more eyes on Flat Earth and this event is going to be the spectacle for it. So, you know, now's the chance for all of us to show up and to represent. And to everybody is going to be flat smacking. There's going to be a lot of people there who haven't been here for 8, 6, 7, 8 years. They're new, right? So I think it'll be an amazing time. So what are we saying in chat? Yep, our year-long deal with them ended. You can always buy on our website. Your year-long deal with who ended? The stores? Was it, Home Goods or whatchamacallit? Yeah. You want to get some Imperio salsa? Go to imperiosalsa.com. Imperio. The problem with Glover is they can't accept, I don't know, we don't have to know everything. Yeah, that's okay. When outside influences show up to the event and you talking about things we just might we just think might be true. You give an opportunity for them to make their hit pieces. Yes, Big Pine Sailing. Exactly. So that's why, you know, and it's really cool too, because like Dave Murphy's going to be there, and he is a longtime flat earther, right? Remember, he's got that he did that nighttime interview. I was just looking at it on ODD's channel. He's got it up. Let's see. ODD videos. He's got his playlists. It is on this is history. ODD movies, 2 videos. Here, ODD TV Flat Earth Anthology. I think it's in this list. He just added, here we go. Dave Murphy on the late night talk show. Right?
Chubbier. Yeah. Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Whatsoever. So
right here, this one. Remember this, you guys?
Just a gyroscope that can freely move. So that right there is proof to me that you know, planes fly over a plane. None of it makes sense. The problem is that we're taught as children, you know, this ball Earth lie.
Right.
And North Pole.
So
and
that is Dave. Dave's going to be at the event. And he's not going to be talking about flat Earth. There he is. He's going to be talking about, he's going to be doing a version of his talk that is called Navigating the Matrix. And it is basically about living outside of the beast system, or maybe working your way out of it. You know, he's very into that free man on the land. I don't know if that's what a good way to put it, but he'll explain it. You guys, if you go, you'll see. I miss ODD. I know, Sarah. Me too. I hope he's, you know, doing good with his music making and stuff. I really do. I did the sun is 8 light minutes away speech so many times. My parents are finally to get to be a little more cruel with the subject, especially with a granddaughter in mind. Family balance is key. Oh, that's great, Sarah. Flat Earth is just the path to eternal salvation via Yeshua HaMashiach. Well, possibly. A kingdom can only be brought down from within, but we as truthers have a knack of smelling out the fakes, the liars, the ones who only want clicks. Stay true to thyself and truth will find you. Yeah, buddy. Hey, Run Boston Bear. Yeah, I'm relaxing in what I believe. I don't care what others think about what I think. It's surprising how angry and mean others are about what I believe. I'm like, chill out, bro. I know. They get so upset about what you believe, and like when you're just like, what's the big deal? You know, like I tell them, like, I don't care what you believe. It's all good as long as we can be good to each other. You believe whatever you want. Is the landline open? I don't know if you could call it a landline, but it's the phone line, 848-222-2480. But I'm expecting a call from, like I said, Chad, the sound bath guy. Where's he at? Did I put him on here? No. But let me bring up an image of his setup. He sent, I've got some pictures. So let me just see. Here we go. Check it out. So look, there's a big gong in the background, and all the singing bowls. He's got brushes. Anyway, he's been doing this for a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's got a slick setup. It's gonna be awesome. Triggered Pear Earther. The truth comes to a deceived world from the King of Kings. Wasn't Skiba at the first? Yes, Geekins, yes. Rob Skiba was the keynote speaker, one of the key well, he was the last one, and he did the longest presentation. He talked for like 3.5 hours. Yeah, I have it. I have the recording. I have the vocal recording of it, and I do have video, but the video is really bad and you can't see his slides. Because at that time, I didn't have the equipment. I just wasn't set up for, recording stuff. And we just did an event. That Flatoberfest was only 1 day. It wasn't 2 days the way it is now. I expanded it to 2 days just to make it, better, or make it more worth it for people to travel for, I mean, I guess you have to spend another night in a hotel, but, it's better. Just make it a whole weekend. Let's do it, right? YouTube recommended Rob Skiba to you. Everything he was saying about the Bible made sense, and then he dropped the FE bomb. Yeah, I started watching Rob Skiba before he was was like, yeah, Earth is flat. And he was still doing the figuring it out, and it was all about testing the globe. Yeah, but it was really good because that's kind of like, I was waking up then too. Because he says, how he says, on April 15th, 2015, that's when Mark Sargent ruined his life. Like that was a slide, April 15th, 2015. That was the day that he first started watching Mark Sargent's Flat Earth Clues, which was put out in February. So just a couple months before that, he started releasing the clues in February of 2015. And that's what got Rob Skiba on the Flat Earth kick, right? That was it. And so then he started doing testing the globe and doing all this stuff. And I was like following along with that when he was doing it. It was amazing. It really was key in me because I was not really into the religious stuff at all. I wouldn't say I was an atheist. I just was like maybe agnostic and maybe a little bit nihilistic, didn't know and didn't care. But then I started watching Rob Skiba, and I just thought it was really fascinating, and like all the stuff, because my grandma was really religious and always read the Bible to me and stuff, and so like him explaining all that stuff and then seeing like, wow, it just really was very eye-opening for me. So I was really into it, right? He did great stuff, and I loved it too. Like, he was really fair. So he did the science stuff and he did the Bible stuff, which I thought was key, right? Because for me, you were never going to get me just based on scripture or Bible alone. Like, I was never going to see anything through that lens. You know what I'm saying? So through the science part, where he started showing about the atmosphere and there's no curvature and you could see too far and like all that stuff, that's where they got me. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So, I thought his stuff was just like some of the absolute best, because he touched on both sides of it. Rob Skiba on Prophecy Club days. August 20th was the day Mark Sargent ruined my life. Woke me up. You know what's funny is I never even watched the clues until probably like a couple years after, or a year after. The first video that I watched was not Mark Sargent. It was a video by Flatwater Flat Earth. Do you guys remember that guy? That channel's still up. He's one of the biggest Flat Earth channels, but he's just not really like, he doesn't, he's just not very public. He just makes his videos, posts them, and they get tons of views. Really good videos. He's not the best quality, but the content and the cadence and stuff, really good. So, Yeah, I remember watching Flat Earth, Flat Water videos, and he just kept showing all these evidences of Earth, what we see visually not matching the ball. And then he just said, but don't believe me, just keep asking questions. Go research it yourself and keep asking questions. Like, I think he said that probably like 5 or 6 times in the video. And at the end of the video was like, I got some motherfucking questions, man. And then I just started, down that road. And now here I am. Bible is an FE book. Yeah. What is Rob Skiba's website? Keep meaning to go check it out, but I can't remember the name. It was Testing the Globe, if it's still up. Testingtheglobe.com. Yeah, testingtheglobe.com. See? I mean, it's a beautiful website. Beautiful. I still send people to this website, especially people who are religious or people like Christians and stuff. This is a perfect website for them because it's got everything. Look at him. It says Chicago Skyline Test Kit. I don't know if you can still get that, if he still puts them together. But, Testing the Globe, a synthetic investigation. There, he even wrote a book. And he's got... The Bible and the Still Flat Earth. Under One Man's Quest for Truth, there's a link that says the Bible and the Still Flat Earth. And this page and much more has now been turned into an interactive PDF file. So basically he's got all of the scriptures here where it describes the Earth and that it all relates to a geocentric stationary Earth. And there's tons, right? Tons. He really did his work. And then there's, he's got links to his videos from his YouTube channel. All of his work is still up. Thank goodness it's still there. So you can still get to it. You can still reference it. That's what's up. Stars or Souls was good? Yeah. I remember that guy, but barely. Eric DeBay was recommended first by CommuTube, then I discovered Rob Skiba. You know what's funny? Like, I did not watch Mark Sargent. I didn't watch Eric DeBay. I didn't watch these popular YouTubers first. I watched Flat Water, Flat Earth, and then I started searching more on YouTube, and then that's when I came across like DITRH and Jeranism a little bit later. But I was like on the internet doing my own research. I was going to NASA, and I even talk about this in my first video. I did not go do research by looking at other flat earthers because there really wasn't very much out there back then. I was like, I had to go into the interwebs and be like, what are they really telling us? And, I'm kind of glad it did go that way, because now that I did that, I did all that dirty work. And like for a year and a half, man, because right, it was like around the middle of 2015. And then I didn't even put out my first video until January of 2017. So that's how long it took. That's how much time I spent trying to learn as much as I could and to answer as many questions as I could, because, once you start unraveling this or start peeling back this layers of this onion, it's like you go to more questions, you end up having more questions than answers. So, man, I was like for a year and a half deep. I was like debating people on the internet. I was on Discord. I was in all the groups on Facebook. Like before I was producing any sort of content or anything like that, I was digging around in the trenches. Zodi D have any new stuff? Not that I know of. The sound bath will be amazing. I think so too, Carrie. I think the sound bath is going to be amazing. Skiba helped me understand the Bible a lot more, and that definitely pushed me more to Effie. I agree. I learned a lot from Rob Skiba. You know, it was great. Man, you know, the first video I saw, like Eric Dubay. Well, first of all, I saw the 200 Proofs by Eric Dubay, and I couldn't sit through all of it. I kept falling asleep because his voice made me sleepy. I mean, just not insulting or anything. It just, I don't think I have ever watched that video completely all the way through. And then then when I went to his channel, it was during the time when he was starting to make fun of, Patricia Steer, and so he was dressed like a chick, and he was making fun of this woman. I didn't even know who she was, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to watch this guy anymore. No lie, dude, that's how it went. Oh, I think our soundbath guy is on the phone, you guys. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, Karen. Good morning, and congratulations on your 100th anniversary. That's sweet. Dad Dave is here.
Oh, thank you.
I am so excited to come play a sound bath for you all.
You know what? I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to experience it. So tell us about it. What is it? What is it? What do you do? What is it for? What is the purpose?
Okay. So people freak out because they've never heard a sound and bath together. We basically are bathing our souls, our minds, our bodies in positive vibrations is basically what it is. I use world instruments. I've been doing this for about 12 years. I experienced a personal healing that I just couldn't deny, and that's what got me into the sound therapy. And so I play public events, and I also do private vibrational I call them sonic massages.
I love that.
Yeah. So, do you want to know my Effie story real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Yay. So a friend of mine, I work in the film business. A friend of mine from Hollywood shoots me a video in 2015 asking me to help him debunk Flat Earth, and I ignored it. I put it away for like a month. I'm like, dude, I got a life. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I owe this guy a lot. He got me in the business. So after a month, I opened it up, and it was Mark Sargent's Flat Earth Clues. And, everyone's got the same story. I thought I could put it to bed in, 5 seconds. That turned into an hour, turned into a weekend, and it took me about half a year, and I was in 100%. Being in the business I am, I really had to keep it under wraps, right? So I went to the conference in Denver, and at the time, I was working for Disney on the High School Musical thing, and that's when we got crashed with Jimmy Kimmel people.
Oh yeah,
and I had no clue that guy was I had no clue that it was a fix. So I was playing my handpan for the guy. I was feeling bad for him. Anyway, I get back to work, come back from after the conference. It was wonderful. And I get on set, and this grip shouts out, "Chad's a flat earther." And I'm like, oh my God, what? So anyway, I was forced to come out. But you know what's really cool? There are a lot of people that under their breath or behind closed doors, dude, you're right, but we can't talk about it. But I take the other side. I'm extremely vocal about it, and I'm very privileged in that I'm extremely gifted at what I do, that they still hire me. Well, not now because of the writer's strike, but they still hire me. They're just like, just don't talk to him. He'll get the artwork done, but just don't talk to him. So anyway, I was forced to go public, and I'm so glad I went public because now there's so many people. Up here in Salt Lake, we have an enormous drum circle every Sunday at Liberty Park. In fact, Austin Whitsitt came and visited us a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, drum circle. Why did I bring that up? Anyway, yeah. So there's plenty of people that are awake. They're just afraid to talk. I get so many people coming up under their breath, So And I encourage them to, speak out, talk. I mean, that's how I was awakened, because one Mark Sargent that came out, and if we shut it down, if we don't talk, of course that's what they want, right? With the 6 feet distance and all that crap.
Right.
Anyway, so that's my Reader's Digest version. But I'm incredibly excited to come and facilitate for you guys. Yay.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Amazing. And this is going to be the biggest event I've done so far. So.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. So so you have in your instruments, what type do you have? Are you bringing singing bowls? Is it just singing bowls? What is it?
For this event, I'm bringing the whole thing. So I've got I do crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls. I've got a wall of gongs, Native American flutes. I've got some interesting 432 Suffageo instruments, crystal harps that will blow your mind. Yeah, and I might bring the kitchen sink. I don't know. I was at a thrift store a few years ago, and there was a kitchen sink, right? Like one of those aluminum kitchen sinks. And I started tapping on it, and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds really good. And this dude comes up to me, and he's like, you're the sound bath guy. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you going to include the kitchen sink? So I bought it. And yeah, so I just might bring that too. But anyway, I'm just super stoked, Karen.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love it.
Well, again, congratulations. And 100th episode. That's awesome. I'm so happy to be a part of this episode. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you, Chad. And we'll see you in Vegas. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. With my bells ringing.
Yeah, buddy. I can't wait.
All right. You take care.
All right.
Have a great day. And
Thank you.
See you all there. Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go, you guys. Bring the commercial sound and video. Nathan says, bring the sink. Bring the sink. Yeah. Right. Huh. Ski was an excellent sinker. Yes. I worked as a carpenter with Dizzy on Ice. Yeah. Yeah, so Chad's a really creative guy. Art and music. True healing includes sound frequency. Yeah, you guys, it really does. I have been collecting tuning forks. All my forks are not with me right now, but man, I got an email from the Biofield lady, because I'm on their mailing list because I've bought so many tuning forks from them, and they were having a discount on their training for biofield tuning, and I almost signed up, but I didn't because I was just like, man, I'm just too busy. I mean, the class doesn't start until after the event, but it's a little pricey, and I just couldn't pull the trigger, but I still really do want to take the training so bad, because when I a few years ago I kind of like I gave myself this goal, to especially when all the pandemic hit and everything, I was like, I kind of gave myself this goal to learn as much as I could about like the energetic body and energetic healing and stuff, because I felt like it was really important to learn, like sort of one of the hidden truths that they've been able to hide from us as a result of convincing us all that we live on this globe, right? Just sort of eliminating the human potential, the true divine sort of gifts that we have within us, right? So I took it upon myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn biomagnetism, crystal healing, and the tuning forks, the biofield tuning. Those were the 3 things that I wanted to learn. I did the biomagnetism, I did learn crystal healing, and I still need to do the biofield class. So that's my last goal to achieve. So maybe after the event, I'll sign up. Samstown Indoor Tree Park is good energy. Is it Call for Zero? That's great. Cause it's like all naturey. Like they have like a, let me see if I can find pictures of it. Yeah, Samstown, Las Vegas. Now it says shuttle services, but their shuttle services are a no-go right now. Ponderosa Room. This is where we'll be. In the Ponderosa Room. It's a big old room. Let's see. Do they have the tickets to their photos and virtual tours? Here we go. Casino floor. Mystic Falls. Here we go. So, Samstown, if anybody remembers going to the very first Flat Earth conference, the very first one in Raleigh was at this Hyatt in Raleigh, and inside that Hyatt was actually pretty nice. Inside the Hyatt, it had like this like big glass ceiling, and it was like open under it like a terrarium where they had like their restaurants and like a, you know, it was just sort of like a common area. Well, Samstown has something like that, but in the center they have this like it looks like a park. So it's got, yeah. So there, and then you can get rooms that where the window faces in and you can watch the little show that goes on in the park every day. So let's see. Red Rock Room, Samstown Live, observation deck. So here is inside. You know, see how it's got that big like terrarium thing, so you can be inside and feel like you're outside. Here's the RV park next door. Right next door. Remember I was telling you guys there's a KOA right next door to the event. So here we go. Here's the outside of the hotel. Casino. Here's the inside, what the rooms look like. The rooms look pretty decent. It's a clean hotel. It's not fancy, but it's clean. Here's the pool. I don't know what this is. Part of the Mystic Falls thing. And they have restaurants inside. They have theaters inside. They've got, yeah, here's a cinema. They got movies. They have a bowling alley. Here's the bowling alley. So if you guys wanted to, you know, go bowling after the event or whatever, I don't know what the hours are for the bowling alley, but I imagine it's open late because it is Vegas, baby, Vegas. I don't know what the, play. Let's see. Slots. Bowling center. Bowling center is open 7 days a week. 56 lanes of automatic scoring and bumpers. Bumpers for young children. So for you family people, if you want something to do with your children while the event's not going on, there you go. Holidays, all hours. Friday through Saturday and holidays is open play, $6, 1 a.m. Friday to Saturday, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Extreme bowling. Lights go down and the music comes up, y'all. So after the event, you can go bowl and party. So there you go. I think it's gonna be, I'm getting really excited. Hey Lowry. I stay at Motel 6 usually. This looks fancy as hell. Well, Ben, if you usually stay at Motel 6, this will be very fancy for you. Big skylight ceiling. Yeah. I really think this is going to be a great place for us to go. It's not on the strip. It's not stuffy. It's going to be cool. What's the curve on the bowling lane? Wheat corn has been hybrid. Who I watched first was My Perspective by Rory Cooper. Yes! Oh my gosh, Harmon, thank you for bringing up My Perspective, Rory Cooper, because he was another one that I used to watch. After I watched Flat Water, Flat Earth, I definitely watched a lot of My Perspective, Rory Cooper, because he had those cool graphics. He was like... He had those things where he'd bring in, remember, it would have like a picture of the water and he'd bring in the ship and then he would do like those views where it was like skewed and you're like, and he had that very calm voice and he'd be like, this is not what you would see on a ball. No, this is only what you will see on a flat earth. Oh, I love Rory Cooper. He was great. I miss the classics. The Motel 6 after Flatoberfest last year in Carolina had mad cockroaches. Oh my gosh! Yeah, after Flatoberfest. Let's just make sure everybody knows that I didn't put you in a Motel 6. I didn't do that. Yeah, it's kind of like got a nature area. It's like the Mystic Falls. Oh, my video, my path. Thank you, Zulu. They were working on fixing the park area. Yeah, I remember seeing reviews like they were like, the Mystic Falls thing's not working. I wish I'd have known. Like they were giving them a bad review. So hopefully everything will be working by the time we get there and it'll be fun. A cucaracha inn. So officially there are no more rooms left at Samstown. No, there's rooms, but you're not going to get the good deal. There's rooms at Samstown, but you're going to be paying for it because the blocks are sold out. And so... And it's like, there's a bunch of stuff going on. I keep getting told by everybody, oh, we're so busy this time of year. So I guess it's a busy time of year. Probably because October, it's after the blazing, like, heat, the height of the heat of summer. So, which, you know, who wants to be in Vegas in, like, July or August? No, thank you. So it kind of makes sense that October would be more busy for Vegas. And then, yeah. Does anyone know of a channel? I don't know. I would like to find some My Perspective videos too. He had a channel up for a while and then he started uploading them again, but then he stopped. See, now it's this chick, obviously that's not. It's not going to show me My Perspective. I don't even know why I'm trying to search here. Let me try. Here we go. Let me see. Oh, look, he's got it. I don't know if this is his channel. It says my perspective, Rory Cooper, 3 subscribers, and this has 3 views from a day ago. Here you go. I'll put the link in the chat. Of course, I don't know. This isn't his old videos. Let me see, what about this one? Yeah, these are Rory Cooper videos. See, the key is not to search in YouTube. Search on DuckDuckGo or Google, and then you'll find the shit that you're looking for. These aren't the ones he narrated, though. I like the ones he narrated. Let's see. Is this all? Is it just these 2? This channel is to honor the great works of my perspective. Okay, well, load more videos, bud. There's only 2 on here. Let me go back, because I thought there was a 3rd one. Let me see. This. Is the Bible from heaven? Is the earth a globe? Here's a good one for you, Dave. 19 minutes long.
Hi folks, my perspective here.
There he is.
I want to have a chat to you about perspective. You see, we know that the art of perspective is the art of representing 3-dimensional objects on a 2-dimensional surface. But in reality, perspective goes a lot deeper than that. You see, for me, perspective is an amazing thing. And I'll tell you why.
Use this one, Dave.
The Bible says his name is Jehovah. He's the creator of the human eye.
This is good.
We see in perspective. So what the Creator has done is his perspective is his laws and his standards. It's his principles. He's put his standards in our eye. We see according to God's standards. That is what perspective is. So from your perspective, if you put up a plumb bob, a plumb line, and the Creator puts up a plumb line, it's at the same angle. Your plumb line will be in line with the Creator's line, upright. And that's what perspective is. It's the Creator's standards and his principles in my eye. That's why perspective is such an important thing. Understanding perspective is like peering and looking into the Creator's heart and mind. People don't get it. So artists have long understood this, that what is upright is always upright. No matter how far away something is from you, it's always upright. This is a constant principle. It never changes.
Yeah, see, he's got the great. See, that's a good one. That's got his voice in it. No music. Let's see. Oh, this guy's I can tell he's a douchebag. see, my perspective, Rory Cooper. Let me see how many of these videos I can find. Oh, this is the one we're just looking at. This looks like a different one. Or is this the same one? This one's 22 minutes. Earth and the ball slay Wolfie exposed. Oh, okay, so this is also...
I mean, how ridiculous is that? Or in the middle of the ocean. Same size, behind the horizon.
So this channel has, let's see, is the Bible from heaven, is Earth a globe? Oh, he's got a bunch of Rory videos. Look at that. Here. These are great. This is great. Look at. Look at all these old My Perspective videos. This is great. Here we go. He's got his emergency landings. Flight routes. Cool.
Hi folks, my perspective here. In this video clip I want to have a look at time in relation to the Earth's spin and as it orbits around the Sun. And we'll see that what we are taught through the education system doesn't work. So first, keep in mind.
See, he does really great videos explaining stuff. Good call, Harmon, bringing up Rory Cooper. I don't know why I didn't bring him up. But yeah, he was one of my favorites because of the technical part of it. Because I really needed to work through that technical part. You know? Because if shit doesn't jive in reality, I'm not going to get down with it. As we all know. Is Flat Earth Banjo's channel? Is it? Well, there you go. Flat Earth Banjo archived Rory Cooper on this channel then, I guess. So that's cool. He's got some. Boom. I'm so glad we found that because it's been a while since I'd seen any of Rory's stuff. Matrix 6 says I first heard of Flat Earth from RFB talking about it, and when I started watching you, Brian, and Mac during the pandemic. Oh, yeah, R.I.P. Mac. Yeah. I didn't know this was at one of Eddie's channel, but I'm gonna subscribe to it since he's putting some good archive stuff up here. I like that. There you go. I'm of the mindset it's okay to look for truth in just about any topic as long as it doesn't hurt you or others. Yeah. I miss Mac. I know, me too. We all miss Mac. So, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, man. Rory Cooper, good stuff. So you guys go, if you guys want to, that's good stuff to share. Go rewatch some of those videos because he does really good explaining stuff. You see how he's got like the little dude. Like nobody was doing stuff like this with the grid and everything back then. Only he was doing this. And this really helped me work through a lot of questions I had in my mind about like how things worked spatially and stuff. Because man, you really gotta work to undo the programming they give you. So Lowry. Yeah. So, yeah, on the schedule at Flatoberfest, the first day after dinner, you'll see there it says tribute to FE. Basically, that's going to be a tribute to all of the flat earthers that we've lost over the years. That's where we get to basically like remember them and just that's it. Just take a minute to remember them and you know, and show our appreciation for them and not, you know, not let them be forgotten, of course, you know, because especially like Bob and Rob Skiba, Bob Nodell and Rob Skiba, the work they did was amazing. It was just, you know, so key. Like watching Bob interview with Patricia on Flat Earth and Hot Potatoes. Okay, that was one of the things that kind of made me feel like it was okay, you know, like I wasn't crazy.
I'm thinking
that there was normal, intelligent people who were flat earthers. Like I wasn't, because let's just rewind a little bit. Remember when I mentioned earlier, like watching Eric Dubé videos and he was like dressed like a chick and he was making fun of Patricia, and I didn't know who Patricia Steer was when I watched those videos, and I was just like, this is really weird. What's going on with these people? And then I started to think, am I being like mind effed by some crazy people on the internet? I really did have to question that. Because if you don't take a minute to step back and question your own sanity, are you even really keeping tabs on that? Are you even, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like, whoa, slow it down a little bit. What's going on around here, right? And so I did that because I was starting to come across these, you know, infight videos or whatever, the shill call videos. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm, you know, letting myself be convinced of something. And so that kind of stuff kind of made me do the back and forth for a while. Well, then I came across Patricia's videos because that was before YouTube algorithms stopped recommending our channels to anybody. So I ended up coming across her and Mark Sargent. And I didn't know who they were, and I was already pretty much a flat earther. But so then I started watching them, and then I was like, I actually really had an appreciation for Patricia's channel back then, because back then, like I said, there wasn't that many people doing flat earth content, and most of the people who were doing flat earth content was like just some person making videos telling you how stuff was, right? There was no conversation. There was no back and forth, right? There was no Q&A. And so, you know, you can only get that far. You can only get so far with stuff like that. So at some point you have to be like, all right, I need to talk to somebody. Well, before, you know, I was in a position where I could actually talk to somebody, Patricia was doing these interviews on, you know, where she had her channel, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and these interviews that she was doing were just, you know, it really changed stuff for me, because then I was like, okay, cool. Now I can listen to people talk about it. They ask questions. They talk about their own experiences with trying to talk to other people about Flat Earth and, you know, all that stuff. And sometimes, you know, and they discuss different topics. That was so necessary back then. Like that was a great thing she was doing, in my opinion, because she was really humanizing what people who were looking into this stuff. It wasn't just some freak show on the internet, even though technically, I mean, it was just her doing interviews on YouTube and stuff, but it wasn't. But when you bring in that interaction, that live element, you know, that where you can actually have those discussions, that's like the next level, man. So for me, I was like, well, why is this other guy who wants everybody to know the earth is flat ripping on this chick? I feel like she's doing some cool stuff, you know, and this is before I even knew what was going on. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any interaction with any of these people. I didn't know shit. I didn't know anybody and I didn't know shit. I just saw from the outside, I was like, this is weird. Like, this guy dresses up like a chick and he's making fun of this woman who seems really nice. She's well spoken. And then I saw her interview with Bob, and Bob, because Bob's so smart and he's an engineer and stuff. And then I learned about Glowbusters and him doing stuff with Jared, and like, dude, that's it, man. That was life changing right there, because then you're starting to get into the nitty gritty of stuff. And then like the techie sort of geeky sciencey part of my mind was really attracted to that. I was like, yes, this is what I need to know. I want to hear about the mechanics. I want to hear about like what is going on, right? And so that was key. That's how I found all these people, was because Patricia was interviewing the people who were making the content. And so, you know, what do you guys think? You were one of the first flat earthers I met at Candy's meetup. Wow, so long ago. Yeah, that was back in 2017, Zulu, wasn't it? It was right before the first conference. I have leaky eyes, yeah. October 14th annular eclipse. Yeah, that would be fun. I wish I could go watch it. Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes is listed as a TV show on IMDb. What up with that? Because they'll just... Yeah, I don't know. They put anything on that webpage. Patricia was one of the first flat earthers to let me come on and rant about 9/11 Mandela along with yeah. She was great. She did good things. People are just people, right? The timing of getting to Flatoberfest and Two Cats is logistically challenging. I hear ya. I know, it's rough. I have to have my mom come to my house and, like, caretake all of the freaking critters on this place. You know what I'm saying? I met Patricia the same day as Mark Sargent, Big Seattle meetup in 17, right, Ted? Eric reposted that stupid video as soon as he joined Rockfin. He's a bizarrely odd chap. Yeah. I'm glad he's woken up a lot of people, but I don't appreciate the way he is to other people. Like, it's just... Why do you have to do that, dude? Why do you gotta fire shots at people who aren't firing shots at you? I found out about Karen on RV and Richie from Boston because she was a guest on their shows when they were cordial. Oh. God, that's a long time ago, Truth and Justice. I discovered the legendary Brian Saley and Patricia Shears channel. Right? "2017 was good times for Effie." Yes, it was. Patricia was your first Effie to meet in Raleigh? Yeah, man. I met Patricia in Raleigh. I met Mark in Raleigh. I mean, of course, I met everybody who was at Raleigh in Raleigh. She was cool, man. Patricia, you know, just like Mark, she never went around firing shots at anybody, right? But she was attacked horrendously. And she let it get to her because she would read all the comments and stuff. You know, she's not like me where she could just tell everybody, just go fuck yourself, right? She don't have that much fuck you in her heart like I do. She just doesn't. So it was rough for her. But Patricia, wherever you are, girl, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you did. And it sucks that people were dicks. It really does. Oh. I miss Patricia, yeah. Eric's kind of, yeah. By the way, is it true that Eric Dubé is back in the USA? I keep hearing that rumor, but I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, not that I care, but since we brought it up. I really liked how Skiba did it with love. Yeah. Yes, Patricia was definitely a lady. Is a lady. And she was, she was super cool. And man, when we go to the conferences, there'd be like, she had lines of men. I remember like legit a line of men standing in line to go meet Patricia. She wasn't even at a table or anything. She was just in the room. And then all these men were like, oh, Patricia. I was like, damn. Patricia got game. That's what he said. I'm a lady too. I'm a fucking lady, don't you forget it. Yeah, Eric is back and asking for donations, but I'm a grifter because I'm selling an app. See what I'm saying? This is bullshit. Can't we all just get along? Founded Earth Brothers. Hey! Is the Karen YouTube channel gone? I was looking for it and I found this live stream. No, but you know what? Whenever you search in YouTube, I notice that my channel won't come up. But it is still there, but it has 2 strikes on it, so I can't use it. I can't use it until after the event. So I'm over here on my backup channel, hiding out. Hiding from the man. Hiding from the algorithms. That's what I'm doing. I don't know which brother you are, but I gotta talk to you guys. I gotta talk to you, the Founded Earth Brothers, because you guys always talk about the firmament. Karen, when I search Karen B on YouTube, Unveiling This Realm comes up first on the results. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. As long as you guys find me. I'm actually impressed that YouTube is sending you guys the right place. $11.11. Okay, I have callers. Let me get some callers. I got 2 people on the line here. Let me get the first one. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Oh, it's 10:11 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. How's it going?
Oh.
Jesse from Hingham.
Hey, good. How are you?
Pretty good. So I guess the first flat earther I ever met in the flesh was Rick Hummer, and that was back in September of 2020. I was coming back from a road trip, and I'd already friend requested him on Facebook, and he accepted my request, and I was going to be passing through northern Indiana the next day, and I said, you know what, if this is legit, I was still on the fence, at that point, and I sent him a message, and I said, really intrigued about your Chicago skyline work, and he responded, and we started typing back and forth, and he took me out to lunch the next day. It was great.
Yeah, Rob is a really great guy.
He was my first. Rick Hummer, rather. But yes, Rob was a really great guy. Sadly, I never met Rob. I know we keep mixing the two up,
Well, I was thinking about. I know you're talking about Rick, but it always makes me think about Rob, and then I say Rob instead of Rick.
Of course. Yeah. Sadly, I never actually got to meet Rob, unfortunately. So anyway, Brittany and I were in New England again for a little bit, and we went to Canada twice. Again, as I said before, the pandemic's been turned off literally, and we actually went to Ottawa. First time on the trip, we went to Sherbrooke just for dinner. It's a little large town, I guess, in the Quebec province, half-hour north of the border. We were staying in northern Vermont. But anyway, later on in the week, we went up to Ottawa, and that's where all the protests had occurred and whatnot. I mean, you would never know anything ever even happened, even where they had the worst restrictions. So enjoy it while it's open, guys. You know?
Huh.
I mean, it's literally like they turned it off. You know, other than sure, anywhere you go, I mean, you get your one in every crowd, wearing the mission muzzle. They're going to be people wearing those forever. But other than that, also had a great lunch with David Weiss. We met up with him in somewhere around Greenwich, Connecticut, or Riverside, wherever, Stamford, that area. Went to a Japanese restaurant, him and his wife. Great time. Thank you, David Weiss and Paige Wendell. So how are things in North Carolina?
Good. Getting cold. Or at least it was. It's
right.
That's it. But yeah, we're good.
How much is gasoline over there right now? We're about $3.38 in Tulsa.
I don't know. I think it's probably around something similar. That sounds close to where we're at.
Okay.
I think Brian was saying it was like $3.15 or something the other day.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. The lowest I saw going across was $2.98. Yeah, it might have been somewhere in Ohio, actually. Or no, it was Joplin, Missouri. I think about it. But yeah, Ohio was pretty well down there too. Funny how we say down there. I remember when everyone thought it was the end of the world after Hurricane Katrina, and the first time it went over 3. All perspective, I guess.
All right.
What can you do?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to make it out there. I don't know if I'm going to be there for the whole weekend, but I think we're going to at least swing through Thursday and Friday, and I'll toss you at least a little something just for setting the thing up. But looking forward to hopefully seeing a bunch of people.
Yeah. Awesome.
And keep up. Oh, one other thing. Quick question. Have you ever been out to the Badlands National Park in South Dakota?
No, I've not been there.
Been kind of bugging me for a little while. Okay, so anyway, Brittany and I were there back in July, and and of course, I don't subscribe to the all mountains are melted brick buildings, and I do think that one's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, when you drive through there and when you look at it, I mean, it clearly looks like it very well could have been a city at one point. Brittany was saying the same thing. I've run into a number of people who've been thinking that too. So, I mean, just take a look at some of the photographs out there.
Okay.
Anyone can find.
I don't think any mountain ranges were buildings, but that's just me.
You don't think any of them were? You think?
No.
You actually do think that all of them were natural? Okay.
No, I don't think
like.
any
I'm not
mountain.
saying it is or it isn't, but I mean, it's definitely a striking resemblance. But alrighty, well, let you get back to it. Thank you for all the great work you do. Shout out to David Weiss, Rick Hummer, Late Ron Skiba, Jake and Dan, the band, Sue Finelli, Ray from Boston, and many others.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Ta-da! I'm only mostly... Hi, Mark! Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, Karen. This no longer on the ball, and I'm just calling in to say hi and promote the True Earth Wiki that's been started up.
Oh, cool. Right on. What is the URL again?
So, I'm sorry?
What's the URL to it?
It's trueearth.wikitide.org. Tide as in like the ocean tide.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on.
Yeah, so this wiki was inspired by watching truthers like yourself on live streams. I've been binge watching, I don't know, probably 100,000 hours worth of Flat Earth Dave and Witsit and Jaron and all of these guys. I have probably 80 subscriptions plus on my YouTube, and I don't miss any of them. So, during some of these live streams, these guys have expressed the need for a True Earth Wiki, and I've watched some of these debates go on where, the McToon or something like that has this website he brings up. It says see Flurf, and then, the Flurfs, we go scrounging around looking for something to bring up. And it's like, having a wiki would indeed be a great idea. It wasn't my idea. It was, mentioned on live stream. So I started looking around out there in the world for a place that would host a wiki. I was looking for free and ad-free because you don't want ads popping up during your live streams and your debates and stuff. So I found this company called WikiTide. They're powered by donations and they're nonprofit organization. So they have a whole bunch of different wikis. I requested one, and I got this subdomain trueearth.wikitide.org, and just started popping stuff in here. And it's starting to get big. It's starting to kind of go viral. It's just getting shouted out by a lot of the channels right now, Melodome, Jern, and so forth. So I'm hoping it'll become huge, like the biggest thing for the Flat Earth community since the P900.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just clicking on some of your links. So you still have a lot of stuff that you need to add, right? You still have a lot of a stuff here that could definitely be added. That's good.
Oh
though.
Yeah, most of it needs to be added. I'm only one person. Wikis are powered by the community, so if you get 50 people in here adding and changing and stuff, it can really grow quickly.
Right.
And the more people do, the more it will help other people. So if you have someone who's a flat earther or something who was doing a channel, they want some information or do some research, that information that you lay down behind there could help them. And then they can put up some information because they've been doing research all over and they have pictures or whatever. They could put it up and it'll help somebody else. So this is kind of like a gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
And that's the idea of this thing. So this was in my way of showing appreciation for what you do and what the other guys do, is to be able to build this up and get this started, and hoping it'll catch on and people start jumping on board and helping. Otherwise, I'm just, adding content as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I may not be able to write the best, but, just trying to get some information up there, then people can come in behind me and fix it, change it, or add to it, whatever they want. So
that's awesome. So
that's what I've been doing with my spare time. So some of the cool things you'll find on there right now is if you go into the index, which is by clicking that little circular map or clicking the word index there, it'll take you into a main tree kind of catalog of subject matter. And if you go to people, underneath people, there's a link called content creators. And in there is a list of all of you guys. And I have a page for you, a page for all of these different channels that I know about. I don't know about everybody, but
right.
I probably have 80 or so in there.
That's good.
And so if you click on your name, it'll bring up your YouTube channel. It'll bring up contact information, your profile picture, that you have on YouTube. And so I've kind of just sucked whatever information I could find that was public, and I just cataloged everybody into their own page. And now, if you're looking for a flat earther, there you go. There's a whole huge list of them. And of course, that list is growing. Every time I hear somebody new, I put them in there right away.
Awesome.
Another cool section is under the miscellaneous section. There's a list of True Earth books, websites, music, and Bible verses.
See,
So if
where's
you're looking
miscellaneous?
for
down here. Okay.
the movies like the Origins Untold, there's a link to that. If you're looking for some books, I don't have very many in there, but there's a list of books that are Flat Earth related. There's websites, all the www.flatearth101.com kind of places. I found a whole bunch of Flat Earth music, like Conspiracy Music Guru or Chief Crow. I've got a listing there and links to their YouTube video of their songs. And the Bible verses, probably 80 or 100 Bible verses that are kind of categorized into tables with the verse and then the
Cool.
text from the Bible that talks about the various topics like flat, not all.
Fantastic.
So there's some cool stuff up there already, but I totally could see it growing. I could see people like Space Audits putting his interferometry in there and all these ether experiments, and it just getting totally nerdy, geeky, techie.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see that really take off, because I'm trying, but I can barely keep up with all of these, to actually build whole articles out of it. So I'm trying.
Oh,
but
for sure.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. You got to put Testing the Globe from Rob Skiba in his page.
Yeah. Oh, Testing the Globe. I don't have that link
No.
on Skiba's page.
Yeah, I just looked.
I'll have to look. Okay.
TestingTheGlobe.com. That's the only thing that's missing that I can see.
Okay.
That's cool.
So you're under Rob Skiba right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have the series Virtual House Church and the Web Hub. Yeah, so Testing the Globe. I think I actually have that under the miscellaneous website, so I can copy that into his. So Testing the Globe. Yep, I have his link here. Cool. I'll add that to Rob Skiba's page right now.
Awesome.
So during Flatoberfest, my wife got us tickets, so I'm going to go to Vegas, baby, and with my wife, and I'm going to bring some QR codes, cards, in case people want to scan it or take one.
Do it.
And that'll help them get navigated into the website here.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I see you got some maps here. I just was looking through all my maps. I should be a contributor to your page because I have tons of freaking maps. Tons of maps.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you should.
And
other
awesome stuff. And also, like, so some of your graphics and stuff, I can tell you need more graphics. Because also, too, whenever you're, flat smacking people, a lot of them have trouble visually picturing stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And having this stuff at your fingertips is going to help these guys so much, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not going to do much good if it's empty, So I'm trying to get this as full as fast as I can. Even if it's not college level, I'm trying. Somebody might build it, they can edit it, fix it. So just trying to get it as full as possible. I have Eric DeBay's complete meme library. He let me have that. So I have tons of memes, but, all the more the better.
Do you have a meme page?
Oh. No, but I was thinking about it. Yeah. Right now I'm just, putting it on. Like if you go to the top and search for NASA and hit enter, it'll take you to the NASA page. And in pages like that, I have a, kind of closer to the bottom of the page, there's like a gallery section, and they just have different pictures, like picture of the astronaut with Stanley Kubrick's reflection in the glass, just different various things, like Pluto with Pluto on top of the Pluto planet, just kind of different memes like that on the NASA page. So So I've been kind of spreading them around through the different articles. But yeah, that would be cool to us also make a memes page. I was totally thinking about doing that.
Yeah, a meme page would be good. And then you could like do
Yeah.
it under different
So-
subjects.
Yeah, I'll put that under miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Totally good idea. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So it's getting big. It's getting out there. So I'm kind of excited. People are signing up. Not too many are editing right now, but that's cool. You know, there's on the main page of this wiki, towards the bottom, there's a section called for the content creators, and it has an introduction, support, community support, training videos, and various things. I put together some training videos of how to make a link, how to format text pretty, you know, things like that. It's real simple. It's not like HTML. It's actually more like markdown language, where you can put like little stars, like an asterisk space hello. That would become a bullet point. So it's real simple. And there's a little toolbar that, you know, with an editor in there, so you can format text and make it bold or whatever. And it's exactly how the real Wikipedia does it. So it's because it's a real wiki.
Awesome.
So that's about all I have to say, other than shout out to you guys, all of the heroes out there, and to the chat. Much appreciated.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Okay.
Observations. I'm looking to...
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah, see, under observations, we could add the FE core measurements over water, that type of stuff, because there's a whole document that documents all of it, and it could be on here, which would be really good.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Water, laser tests, distance, curve, all of that stuff. Yeah, that's where so I try to break it down into categories like, you know, what the cosmos versus the Earth surface versus and below. So the heavens and below, right? And then basically, what do you have here? We have people, and people have observations. So these are the kind of different basic categories. And then you go in, and then of course frequently asked questions. So you go into these different categories, and those bring out lists of things, which may take you to another list of things, but eventually you'll get into an article or something. And right now, all of the red links are broken. They don't go anywhere. But they're just kind of placeholders there for me to know there's an article missing.
Okay.
And like the frequently asked questions, I reverse engineered off of Dave Weiss's app, kind of, you know, all of the various questions that people might ask. So I put a few articles in there. And so anyway, it's been fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I could see this getting really big if you got enough really quality contributors adding stuff to it. That'd be a great tool.
Yeah. Yes. I hope so. So yeah, I appreciate it. Anybody who wants to help out, that would be great.
All right. Cool. So True Earth.
Okay, well thank you, Karen.
You're welcome. It's trueearth.wikitide.org. I put the link in the chat for y'all. There you go. Awesome.
Nice. All right, well, much love.
All right, much love. Thanks for calling.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, man, I could see that becoming a really useful tool. And it would be great. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Hello?
Harmon, how you doing?
Hey, Harmon, what's going on?
Not much. I just call and say, I only live about an hour and 45 minutes from Sam's Club. Sam's Club. Where the place is that we're having the
Sam's Town. Sam's Town.
Yeah, Sam's Town. I remember it's right on the highway. Yeah, it's right by my friend lives there. Anyway, so we can still buy tickets or not?
Yeah. Yes, you can still buy
I'm just
tickets.
making sure.
And the code for a discount is Thanks Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks Bob.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Also, I forgot. I listened to that guy talk so long. It was he did a lot of work there. That's awesome that people are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Well, he's gonna need
on your
help.
videos.
He's gonna need help because there's a lot of stuff in here that isn't filled in. He's got a lot of empty subjects, so he's gonna need contributors. But yeah, it's great. Once people start adding to it and the database starts to grow, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, Rory Cooper. I practically got almost all his videos saved to my hard drive.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's the old
I
ones
saved them all.
too.
Oh yeah, that's the only ones I got is back in 2000. I saved everything.
That's awesome, Harmon.
Saved at least 30 of them. Yeah, I really liked him, how he spoke to it. And he came back, like you said, for a little bit, not too long ago, but then he only stayed for a couple of days and it seemed like he shut right back down.
Yeah, he didn't stick around very long.
You know, he's from South Africa, so who knows what's going on down there. And his son was a famous, well-known music man in South Africa down there. So he always had good music he could play on his thing, non-copyrighted.
Oh, is that why he had those cool intros? That's pretty good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, his son's band.
That's awesome.
And so, anyway, I was just gonna say that I'm just lazy and procrastinating. I'm gonna get there. Like I said, I only live like an hour and 45 minutes from Sam's Town, so it'd be a shame if I didn't go.
Yeah, you should come and meet. You'd meet tons of people. Have you been to any of the events yet?
No, I just don't go out to. I'm lazy, I guess. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm bringing it. I'm almost bringing it to your doorstep.
Yeah. I mean, I've been hung out with Matt Powerland for a while there in Vegas when he lived there in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Besides that, I haven't met anybody else.
Oh, that's cool. Did you have fun hanging out with Matt?
It was interesting. He has so many thoughts. But yeah, so then shortly after that he moved. But Matt was okay. I helped him move some paintings. I helped clean out his trash. I used my truck and did stuff like that. So, but I've lost contact with him now, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, is he not in Vegas anymore?
Oh no, he left Vegas years ago.
Oh, wow.
He went to Florida for a while. Then I don't know where he went. I think he went to I'm not even gonna guess. But I know he's in Florida for a while, and that's it.
Huh.
You know, Mark Sargent just said in the chat, "Wow, the rare Matt Powerland follower." He's got such a good sense of humor. Mark does.
Yeah, Mark's awesome.
Anyway, so yeah, Mark, since you're listening, yeah, I did go. What's this? Geekin's a cure. Dave said geekin, it's a curse. I don't know what they're saying. Anyway, so yeah, it was fun hanging out. I just wanted to meet the guy. You know, I said I only lived an hour and 15, 20 minutes from him, so I wanted to. Just like I said, it'd be a shame. Don't go to to the Flat Earth conference. It'd be a shame if I didn't go meet Matt when he was so popular.
Yeah.
And so that's what it is. All right, then. That's all I want to say, and good luck on the conference, and I hope you guys do well.
All right. Thanks, Harmon. We hope to see you in Vegas.
All right. Bye.
Bye. He went back to work for NASA. Hilarious. Email me your number. I have an idea. What's your email, David? He has his email. You can contact him. If you go to main page, where is it? True Earth Community Request. There it is. Here's the email. Anyway, it would be cool. This could be really cool if you get some people contributing. I got tons of stuff that I could upload to this. I don't know how much space you have for it as far as graphics and stuff. But, you know, Flat Earth is a very visual subject. So, but it would be cool. Matt is selling clay in Mexico. Shut up. You guys are hilarious. Is that true? A man doesn't realize how much he scratches his nose until he pierces it. Cheers, Valley Parks. So what was that guy's excuse for canceling the debate? What debate got canceled? What are you talking about? Oh, my email's not open. One sec, you guys. I gotta check my proofs for my printing because I had to change files. Oh, here we go. There we go. With Jason. Boom. Dude, you guys, I was so bad. I put together all my print files and I kept looking at all the people that I had on there, right? All my speakers. I didn't want to forget anybody. And I sent stuff to the printers and I freaking forgot one of my speakers. And I had to redo the files. I had to email the printer. I was like, don't print those files. I forgot somebody. But I was able to fix it in time because they're awesome and they didn't do anything to it yet. So it all worked out. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, this is good. Man. I'm sorry, you guys. This is almost why I didn't stream today, because I didn't want to be doing business stuff. But this will just take a sec. Boom. Okay. I'm done. All right. Yeah, so I had totally forgot to add one of my speakers to the file. But we're good now. We're good now. We're all good. Was it Mark? No, David, it wasn't Mark. I actually didn't forget Mark. I think I was hyper paranoid about forgetting Mark, and then I forgot somebody else. I'm not going to say who I forgot. He's as crazy. I talked to Math Powerland the other day. He's as crazy as ever. Hilarious. Commercial sound and video says the war footage is so staged. Police already had the roads blocked where the airstrike took the building out, and there were cameramen already at the random locations where the hang gliders. I know. Everything about it looks so staged. Especially, what about, like, Israel defense system, the Iron Dome? Like, haven't they been bragging about that for years? How, like, they have the best defense system on Earth? And then a bunch of, like, Palestinians escape from the open-air prison and go and attack people inside of it. I just don't believe it. The attacks that are, like, I feel like they're either purporting it themselves, you know, and then saying the Palestinians did it, or it's somebody else helping the Palestinians or whatever it is. But there's no way. There's just no way. It's the way that they're telling us that it is. Matt should call into this show. He's not going to call into this show, Lowry. Clearly, you don't know. You are not familiar enough with the personality that is Math Powerland. I'd be shocked if he called into this show. I'd be shocked. I seen some news footage last night that was so made up. Yeah. What about the chick? She's about to start talking and then a building blows up behind her. Like right at that moment. I mean, come on. It's a better war movie than the Ukraine one. It's crazy, like, how much footage is just pouring out from that, like, immediately. Like, they want to make sure the marketing for this war is on point. It's on point. I have never seen such efficient marketing for the announcement of a war. And how do you have war against people that don't have an official military? That's not war. I'm Israeli. It looks too easy for them to come inside. Right? There was some chick, I saw some video. Now, I can't verify what she was saying because I don't speak, Hebrew fluently, modern Hebrew fluently, but there was a video going around on Twitter where apparently she was saying that she was in the military and she was like, there's no way that they didn't know. She was saying if a cat walked next to the fence, they knew. If there was a bird next to the fence, they knew. Like, so how did they tear it all down and like start coming in with motorcycles and trucks and parachuting and like, what? It just doesn't make sense. Cheers, Run Boston Bear. Ukraine never caught traction. Right, but everybody loves to stand with Israel. Like, all the Christians will be like praying for Israel, praying for Israel, praying for Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like, automatically. That's all I saw was on Twitter, like all these people posting pray for Israel. I ain't praying for Israel. But you know what though? It is really sad because they're innocent people and children and stuff always get the brunt of these conflicts whenever they flare up over there in that area. I don't know, it's pretty crazy. You should have a conference call with Math, Eric, and Dell. Holy shit. I ran into a huge march protest in San Francisco yesterday on my way back to BART. Yeah. And then they were protesting in New York. And then there was like there's a bunch of people running around in America with Jewish flags. What are you people doing? I don't know. I just think it's funny, like, just because when else will you see like regular Americans running around with a flag that is not the American flag, right? The Jewish flag. Why? All we have now is more than 700 killed, 300 girls and boys from a nature party got killed, ran over, raped. Dude, you know what? That's that one video that I saw going around where the first time I saw the video, it was like they had this woman's body in the back of a truck. And they were saying that it was an Israeli soldier, female soldier that they got. Well, it came out that it wasn't an Israeli soldier. It was just what that Geo World guy was saying, that there was a bunch of people. There was like one of them outdoor music festivals like we have out here, like Coachella, but it was in Israel. And they were all like partying and stuff. That party got raided. That chick was at that festival. And there's video of her at that festival before that happened. And like it shows her dreads and like the tattoos, like it was her. And she was not military. So there's some pretty horrid shit going down. Like if that's real, that's horrid shit. I don't see. And the only thing that I can know is that what they're telling us about what's going on is not the real story. That's pretty much all I'm pretty sure of, is that whatever they're saying, whoever they're saying is doing it, that should be called into question. But it's pretty gnarly, man. There's gnarly video coming out over there. And a lot of people like look at it and they're like, oh, it's fake. It's fake. Well, I don't know that it's fake. I mean, how many dead bodies have you seen? I know it looks disturbing. All American Jew are dual citizens with Israel allegedly. Well, a lot of the Congress members have dual citizenship with Israel and America. Remember? And then Netanyahu will come to our Congress or whatever and talk, and they all give him standing ovations. Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting to watch. No offense to Israel people. I just hate all governments. So to see our government like giving a standing ovation to this other government, knowing about the atrocities that our government and that government commit together, and they're sitting there like giving each other standing ovations over like basically being tyrannical assholes. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. Why did Israel choose to have the Star of Remphan put on their... I don't know, man. But see, you know, then there's the whole thing of like, they're not real Jews. You know, all I know is that whatever's happening is definitely a result of the actions of government and not like regular people. Regular people don't want to go out and bomb everybody. Regular people don't want to go out and kidnap and rape people. This is not like a regular thing. You know what I'm saying? So for this stuff to be carried out, it's got to be more than just regular people. We all hate governments, that's for sure, right? That's what I'm saying. Something is wrong. The chosen ones had forced vaccines in their country, right? Yeah, man, they were bragging about being the most vaccine country on earth. Like, they were bragging about it. And they always brag about their medical advances. And didn't Israel make their own vaccine? Hold on. COVID vaccination in Israel. I'm gonna reference Sheeplepedia for this. Let's see what they tell us. Israel's COVID vaccination program, officially named "Give a Shoulder" in Hebrew, began on December 19th, 2020. Okay, so I think that's pretty early, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I guess I don't really remember the timeline for vaccines. And it has been praised for its speed, having given 20% of the Israel population the first dose of the vaccine's 2-dose regimen in the span of 3 weeks. As of June 26, 2021, about 64% of eligible Israelis have received at least 1 dose. Coordinated vaccine drives by the country's health authorities. According to a September 2021 study published in The Lancet, COVID vaccination in Israel prevented an additional blah 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 blah. Whatever. That's speculation. So, 64%. I thought they said they did more than that. I want to say that they bragged about being like 80% vaccinated. But I don't remember. As of March 2021, Israel had the highest vaccinated population per capita in the world. About 60% of residents in Israel received at least 1 dose. Only about 100,000 residents over the age of 50 remained unvaccinated. By March, at least 50% of the Israeli population had received both doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Waning vaccine immunity. Israel's coronavirus czar announced Israelis who had not received a booster shot within 6 months of their second dose would lose access to the country's Green Pass vaccine passport. Oof. Yeah, see, they had the vaccine passport. Remember, that was a big thing because, well, you all know the backstory. Palestinian Authority received only enough doses for about 6,000 people. Gaza has a population of about 2 million by comparison. So Gaza didn't get very much. Well, you know what? That's a blessing in disguise, you Gaza people. According to Business Insider, Israeli citizens of any origin as well as Palestinian residents in East Jerusalem were eligible for the vaccine, with people older than 60, blah blah blah. However, an estimated 5 million Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza, which are not under Israeli control, that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Were not eligible as their healthcare is under the jurisdiction of the Palestinian Authority per the Oslo records. It is under Israeli control. They just don't do anything to take care of those people. They just lock them in that country, and that's pretty much all they do. Watch this. I shared this on my... Here. This is Gaza.
2 million Palestinians. Gaza Strip is almost...
Let me turn this up. This is Abby Martin's little rundown of Gaza.
Only 25 miles long and about 5 miles wide. 2 million Palestinians live packed into this tiny space, one of the most densely populated places in the world. Half are children. Many live in refugee camps speckled throughout the besieged territory. A stunning 80% of the population relies on foreign aid. Aptly called an open-air prison, there are only 2 ways to leave the enclosed area: the Erez crossing into Israeli territory and the Rafah crossing, which goes to Egypt. Both are completely controlled by hostile militaries. What Israel calls a border is actually a heavily militarized perimeter fence comprised of barbed wire, surveillance networks, and lethal no-go zones. If you roam too close to the so-called no-go zone, which extends 300 meters out from the fence, Israeli forces have authorized themselves to shoot to kill. Thousands of unarmed Palestinians have been shot for violating this rule in 2018 alone. The same goes for Gaza's coastline. It is the only place in the world where you can't even flee by boat, as refugees elsewhere often do. Fishermen are restricted to only a few nautical miles from their shore. Strain past that, even by accident, you can be blown out of the water by Israeli warships. a massive seawall in the north and south, currently being extended, boxes them into their small sliver of sea. This violence is compounded by an economic blockade that imposes a chokehold of poverty on Gaza, resulting in one of the highest unemployment rates in the world, according to the World Bank. 70% of the youth are unemployed, with 52% for the general population.
And that is the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strippers. Oh, fuck Lowry. Authorize themselves. I saw Karen B. Doppelganger. She's the love interest in the HBO miniseries The Pacific. What you are showing is false? Well, I don't think so. Especially because I grew up with a girl who's Palestinian, and I grew up hearing everything directly from a family that left Palestine. Oh, it's just a Twitter link here. That's Abby Martin. Back in the day, Abby Martin used to do a lot of reporting. She did a lot of good stuff. And then you take into account their pedo rabbi. Yeah. I'm sure you do gotta live here to know the situation, but I talked to family. I grew up with a Palestinian family who escaped that situation, so I feel pretty confident in my knowledge. I mean, she's Palestinian, an Arabic girl, and her and I used to hang out when we were like 10, 11 years old, and everybody thought we were sisters. What day are you guys getting to Vegas? I'm gonna get there Thursday. Thursday. So look, here's Anomaly. He shared the video. He says, "What's the truth about the Gaza Strip?" Kim Iverson. Says nice. Now please show the other side. There you go. There's the other side. I mean, Palestine doesn't even have an official military. And the Israeli military is funded by the United States. It's no brainer. It's not even a question if they're unevenly matched. And they say it's Hamas who doesn't let them leave. Hamas was made by Israel. Hamas was made by Israel. Here. It's another one I was sharing.
In particular, with Gaza right now, we have some moral responsibility. What's happening in the Middle East, and in particular with Gaza right now, we have some moral responsibility for both sides in a way, because we provide help and funding for both Arab nations and Israel. And so we definitely have a moral responsibility, and especially now today, the weapons being used to kill so many Palestinians are American weapons, and American funds essentially are being used for this. But there's a political liability which I think is something that we fail to look at, because too often there's so much blowback from our intervention in areas that we shouldn't be involved in. You know, Hamas, if you look at the history, you'll find out that Hamas was encouraged and really started by Israel, because they wanted Hamas to counteract Yasser Arafat. And you say, well, yeah, that was better then and served its purpose, but we didn't want Hamas to do this. So then we as Americans say, well, we have such a good system, we're going to impose this on the world. We're going to invade Iraq and teach people how to be Democrats. We want free elections. So we encourage the Palestinians to have a free election. They do, and they elect Hamas. So we first indirectly and directly through Israel help establish Hamas. Then we have election. Then Hamas becomes dominant, so we have to kill them. You know, it just doesn't make...
See, it's the Hegelian dialectic. So don't think that any of this situation isn't a result of the actions of government. I'm just going to say that. And I don't want to get into a big back and forth or a debate about it. But clearly it's not an equal match, right? You can't declare war on a little area that is this big of poor people who doesn't even have a military. And also, I remember like back in 2014, a lot of Jews were coming forward saying that they didn't support the state of Israel, that they're not supposed to have Israel's not supposed to have a state. You know, I mean, if you really want to get back down to the nitty gritty, I don't really want to get into all that, because that's like a whole conversation in and of itself, and you can go on about that for hours and hours and hours. It's absurd how people cannot grasp that you can be totally against the Israeli government and totally against the horrific treatment of Palestinians in Gaza by the Israeli government over the last 75 years, while also being totally and emphatically against the unbelievably disturbing acts committed by Hamas over the last 48 hours, while also being totally against what Israeli is about to do in retaliation, while also being totally against people celebrating the death of other innocent people in the streets, while also condemning the targeting of innocent Jewish and Israeli people that are occurring in Egypt and elsewhere. See, this is pretty much my attitude about it. You know, it's, you know, none of this is good. But to look at the past of the treatment of Israelis to by the treatment of the Palestinians by the Israelis, I mean, to deny that it's been anything less than horrific is just, I'm sorry, you're just not living in reality. Satan lives in Israel. Satan lives all around us, my friend. The most anti-Israel protests that happen outside the Muslim world occur in Israel. Yeah. Anyway, it's really a tragedy. I remember that when like things like 2014, when war was going on between these two again, the last time it was really bad, that was one of the things that really kind of woke me up, you know. I mean, I was already waking up before that, but it was right before that. That was right before Flat Earth hit. And I remember just being horrified because of remember the boys who were playing football and the bear playing soccer on the beach, and a freaking jet blew them all away with a missile. I mean, it's ridiculous. The shit that goes on is ridiculous. Israeli people are the only people more brainwashed and crazy than Americans are? That's funny, Ben. Horrific and sponsored by the good old USA. Exactly! I don't deny the United States government part in all of it. Absolutely. Governments are evil. I think governments are evil, but that's just my opinion. There's a United Nations disengagement observer force on Mount Herman. Huh? The most murderers, the worst abuse to women, horrible abuse to children, beyond hateful. Yeah. Hanging chads in Florida awakened by knowing that elections are BS? I don't get it. My opinion is some of the puppet master who control what we think and do come from Israel, even higher than the government. Yeah, possibly. Is possible. Government means control of mind. Exactly! Mind control. Right? Because if we were all just hanging out and living together, we wouldn't be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel... I don't know, man. And look at this. 13 more hours left for Palestinian women and children to evacuate Gaza before it is leveled and turned into a parking lot for the world to see. This will be an important lesson for jihadists and Jew haters. Yeah, this chick's out of her mind. That's crazy. Like, you're gonna level... I mean... Exactly. Warmongers. People are warmongers. This is turning people into warmongers. You know what's funny? Like, a lot of these people I started following for, like, other stuff. And then this war broke out, and everybody's a fucking warmonger. All of a sudden, it's like, what do you people... They're like, die, die, die. And it's like, damn! Here we go. People have been programmed over the years by social engineers, I think Edward Bernays, to act completely on emotion with regard to the events in the Middle East as reported by corporate media. Exactly! I think this is true. People have been programmed over the years to, like, freak out. And you know what's crazy? Is, like, this stuff is, like, it goes back to scripture. This is, like, a thing that's been going on for thousands and thousands. Well, not thousands and thousands, but many, many hundreds of years, possibly thousands, right? Republicans called you a terrorist or a terrorist sympathizer if you didn't want full-blown Middle East war with George Bush Jr. Now nearly every single one of those drooling half-wits knows they got tricked and were wrong, but they haven't really changed, right? Same story this week. And I gotta be careful too, because there's some pretty gnarly videos that have been showing up on Twitter. Anyway, yeah, there've been some gnarly, like, you know, videos of blood and bloody dead people. You ever see the Jew guy with the megaphone? What Jew guy with the megaphone? How does one evacuate a place under siege? Right, Gnome Digest? That's what I'm saying. It's controlled. You can't even get out without them, like, blowing your head off. And they're saying, get out, before we level it. Like, it's just, it's not cool. It's really not cool. Pure fear. Spiders in Vegas. YouTube shows some shit. Yeah. This will be my first visit to Vegas. My ADD is going to be in hyperdrive. Well, Jana, just if you feel overstimulated, just go back to the hotel room and chill out for a minute. Right? Yeah, man, chill out. MFT, The Weaving Spiders is the best beard-based show on the interwebs. It's definitely got the most beard action on the interwebs. You'll see families, there's bowling, movie theater, laid-back security. Yeah, dude, Sam's Town is not like the strip casinos. I really think it's going to be a great fit. And if it's cool enough, I may do another event there. Yeah, I'm just... There will be atrocities going on, but we get diverted by a lesser fake one. Oh, man. Listen, for the event for October 21st and 22nd, I want to put all this atrocity shit on the back burner. I don't want it to take everything over. I want us to have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing time. I want us all to recharge our electromagnetic fields. We need to refill our energetic wells so that we can go out in the world and fill them, right? Fill them with our good energy. This is what it's all about. There's also where Sam's Town is. It's right next to like the hills. Apparently it's pretty close to where you can go like on a nature hike too. So there's that too. And it'll be awesome. Also cut food supplies. Oh, see, this poor baby. Oh, I hate that shit. That shit kills me, dude. They can go to Egypt, but Egypt won't take them. There is zero open air prison. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna get away from that subject. I don't want to go down and get really in there. But that's all it is all over Twitter right now, is all about Israel. Israeli war. Well, let me see. John Keeley, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. It really sucks that we can't believe anything they flipping tell us. Right, Carrie? It does suck. Like, a lot of the stuff that's coming out right now, I just feel like, you know, we just have to wait. We have to wait for things to shake out. You know, it's kind of crazy. There's so much stuff coming out from over there, and everything's like, all the stories are all mixed up. It's like, it really sucks that it's even happening. See, talking about building a third temple of Solomon. Yeah, this is all stemming from stuff in the Bible. A complete siege on Gaza. They're able to cut off electricity and cut off food. So how is that not being controlled by Israel? Yeah, they only have 2 points. I mean, look at this. Just look at the map. 1950 arms agreement line. It's not a border, right? Because Palestine's not even recognized as a country. So this is the arms agreement line. And then if you zoom in, you can see like how tightly packed a lot of this stuff is. So here's their border, and then they have a checkpoint here at their arms agreement line where they can get in and out. Anyway, I just think it's funny that it's like an arms agreement. What is it called? The border? Arms agreement border? 1950 armistice. Oh, armistice agreement line. My bad. You know what? I don't care if I don't live there, dude. Everybody knows what's going on there. And like I said, my very good friend I grew up with was Palestinian. I've seen a lot over the years. I'm sorry, I just don't believe you that it's not like that at all. Like, you make it sound like everybody's like Like there's no conflict at all at all. What's it like then? Is everybody getting along? Is everybody to go back and forth across the border just, you know, easily, like no problem? No, they're fucking locked in there, dude. So, I'm just saying, I just don't believe it. I mean, governments do evil things. Israel's government is no exception. I mean, I've already known too much. I've spent too many years. I know about this stuff. Not everything, but I know enough. Like, you're not gonna sit there and tell me that this isn't happening, that that place isn't treated like an open-air prison, because it is. It is. Just saying. I know it is. That girl can't stand the word moist. So anyway, another thing that happened, let's change subject. Actually, it's almost time for me to wrap it up, but let's just change subjects for a little bit. Is anybody familiar with Curtis Kallenbach? Curtis Kallenbach is like a guy, he's this guy he's one of these like, what is a way to describe what he does? Benjamin, help me out. Triggered Globy. Yeah, Triggered Globy. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. But he's been on the Crow 777 show. He's like one of these, help me. Placenta zygote tertian squid. Legal. Yeah, he's into the legal stuff, exposing legal deception, that sort of thing, right? He's one of these like, I am a free man, I am not the entity type of people, whatever. I'm so bad at describing stuff like that. Anyway, somebody shared, I think Ben shared the schedule, right? The Flatoberfest schedule, and I guess he started losing his shit. Well, by the time I even found out this all even happened, I had been blocked. I think he was my friend on Facebook. I had friended him on Facebook because I had been following some of what he'd said and stuff through the Crow show. So I had friended him on Facebook. Well, I guess he came and blocked me as a result of whatever back and forth was going on. He hates Flat Earth. I don't know what it is about some of these people who are like into exposing like the legal deceptions, right? Like the anarchists and stuff, like Mark Passio, Larkin Rose, and this guy, Curtis Kallenbach. They fucking hate Flat Earth. They can't even comprehend that the Earth may not be what we were told, right? Like they hate it. They hate it. They like Mark Passio, I know, called us vermin. Well, anyway, so Ben shared a picture of the schedule, as far as I could tell, what happened on, and then he like spiraled. So Rose did a screen record to show me because I was like, I can't see it because he blocked me. So here's him, like a screen record of him. So what does he go back? He says, the empty birthday cake is the flat soil, aka. So he was all upset about the flat earth for whatever reason. So, and then Lizzie says, you should be a speaker at the next one and blow everyone's mind in the most unexpected way. If you could be nice about it, no matter what the shape of the earth, everyone deserves to know the truth of the matter, that we are all victims of human trafficking and have the opportunity to voice our non-consent to the fraudulent occulting of our godly origin. And then Jason, Kurt, I respect you a lot, but there's no need to be a rude douchebag about things. We're all on the same side against some seriously bad folks. Yes, Jason, exactly. So then Curtis says to Jason, so telling the truth makes me a douchebag? But Curtis, you're not telling the truth. You're just being a dick. Just joking, Jason. The fact is, Flat Earth is a psyop to keep even the conspiracy-minded people volunteering. No. I'm aware and have discussed this at great length with others. You may or may not realize it, but you have an ego that rivals that of a 1980s rock star. I still love and respect you, but you throw out some doozies at times which can make you look really bad, or rather bad, which is something I absolutely do not want to happen because I'm 100% behind the work that you do, and I'm always happy to support you. And then Kurt says, Jason, the sky is falling, Jason, and embarrassing beliefs still prevail. But it's not embarrassing. You know what's funny is, like, flat earthers, even though we get criticized heavily for saying that the earth is flat, it's not embarrassing to us. We have overcome that embarrassment. I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody is telling you that they don't believe in a globe and that they believe that the earth is a level stationary plane, they're not embarrassed, dude. They have overcome that embarrassment. They have already walked through that stage of being embarrassed, and if they're saying it, there's no embarrassment there. So you might be embarrassed because you're programmed to react that way, but we're not embarrassed. This person, Blair McDonald, says, Curtis, not a psyop because there's no curvature, not a globe, right? And he says, you believers need to stop using flat earth as it means 2D. Excuse me. Well, what I know, this always really cracks me up when people say that flat earth means 2D, like that only means length and width and no depth, or there's no height or something. Like they think flat is flat like a sheet of paper, but even a sheet of paper is a three-dimensional item. 2D does not, flat earth does not mean 2D. You know, it's just like if everybody is on a playing field, let's say the playing field just happens to be the size of Earth. Does that mean that we're only in 2 dimensions? No, there's still 3 dimensions. There's still the X and Y axis, and then the Z that goes up and down because you're standing up. So no, it doesn't mean 2D. So then he started getting bombarded with people who were like, no, the earth is flat. And I wish I could see what was going on right here. But he starts calling people, you people are morons. I'm done with you believers. Listen, we're not believers, we're knowers. We know we don't live on a ball. There is no belief. There's no belief, right? I used to believe I lived on a globe, but now I know that I don't live on a globe. See, there is no believer. You're the believer, Curtis Callenbach. You're the believer in the globe. And here comes Jason. Kurt, you're being rude again. We are supposed to be all on the same side. There are many people who challenge the mainstream view of where we reside. I have my own thoughts and opinions on these things, but I can be respectful to others who may have a different point of view. I promise you it's not a bad idea to be nice to people, even if you disagree with them on some things. These people you're being mean to would have your back no matter what during the covidius minimus nonsense, right? And then Leslie says, calling me a moron doesn't advance your argument one iota. It's just an ad hominem, right? Truth has no side. What do you mean, Curtis? Truth has no side. You can't justify being truth and being rude and attacking people who are just asking questions, old boy. These people aren't the ones pushing death shots, poisoning the food, air, and water, trying to institute a one-world government with that digital currency attached to a digital passport while they try to make you eat bugs and live in a pod. These are the people who want to fight that crap, and yes, we are all on the same side. And then Curtis says, not true, Jason. They are promoting the paper realm, but are too stupid to know it. What? The paper realm? That's just dumb. What a dumb programmed comment. Reply. The paper realm. They are being used by those who actually understand language. Well, everybody is doing that, but we don't live on a globe. I'm going to delete this thread because not anyone here has the eyes to see. So then he starts getting so upset that people aren't going along with him. He wants to delete the thread because no one has the eyes to see. That's projection. Projection. So what Leslie says, curvature has not been proven. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Hence my term, not a globe. You may disagree, but that doesn't remove the lack of proof for curvature, nor does it make me a moron simply because you failed to investigate and lose patience. I listened to you on Crow and challenged my beliefs. I question everything, so should everyone, including the motionless realm that we are standing on. You need to stop calling it flat Earth. Why? Show me where I said flat Earth. I said not a globe. Big difference. Stop assuming. And by the way, how do you come to the conclusion we live on a globe? The evidence doesn't support that. Ha! You are now blocked. I do not want you infecting others. Those people are all programmed to believe the untruth and they do not do the research, and I said it's exactly as there is no curve. And then, here comes Ben. The cake was not empty, it was custard filled. You get the Superlicious award, I get the cake. And then he says, gotta let you go, dude. Oh, is Ben on the phone? Okay. Hey, Ben.
Oh, he got so butthurt. Oh, fuck. So what Kurt does is he's all about the anti-birth certificate thing.
Right.
Where the birth certificate is the way that they have control of you and makes you into part of their corporation, all that stuff, which I'm not against. I have no problem with. He gets real crazy with his Black's Law nonsense and whatnot, and he's got like all these different things. Like, so he comes onto my page, and because I posted a thing for the Flat Earth Festival, and he comes on there and he's like, the flat Earth is the empty birthday cake and blah blah blah, and all this, and he's like, and I don't even know that the dude's he's always so weird and cryptic because the dude, he talks worse than a lawyer. Like, you know how lawyers, it's a double speak? He's like that on steroids. And so every fucking thing he says, it's worse than talking to any linguist. He's got his own definitions of shit, of the way he says things. And then there's not even a standard to it, because one of the things I did was, because then he's like, here, look, and he leaves this list, and he says placenta equals something, something equals something, and something equals Earth. And then he puts up a thing from Merriam-Webster's dictionary, and it was the definition of Earth. And so I went and just deleted out the word Earth and typed in placenta, and placenta didn't equal what he said it equaled in that definition. So he's like pulling, willy-nilly from here and there in order to make this whole thing he's doing work, which, again, I'm not necessarily criticizing, but he's the one coming on shit-talking. So then I'm not, this guy, I've already seen him get into crazy fights with people, and he's super aggro. So then I was like, well, why is the cake empty? Is it empty because it should have been filled with pudding? Is it waiting to be filled with pudding? And if it is going to be filled with pudding, could that be custard? And so I just started banging on about custard cake, and fucking, he got so butthurt, and then Christy saw the whole thing, so she goes and makes homemade custard and a homemade cake and fills it with custard, and I put a picture of me eating custard cake, and I was like, I don't know what that was all about, dude, but I got custard cake, so I win. Oh, yeah, he blocked me. The dude's, and here's one of them things is I've discovered about myself, that I don't get along with anybody that's a linguist person. Like, those linguist people, they purposely avoid the meaning of what's being said. Like, you say something, and the whole purpose to communication is when we say something to each other, we understand what's being said. And they purposely go and obscure things like, man, oh, well, what you're really saying, because this is this and this is, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I know what I meant. Like, straight out. And so, and he's one of those, and he goes, and half of what he pulls is from Black's Law, and half of what he pulls is from all these other sources in order to put this all together. And unless you have done that same thing in those same orders, you don't come up with the same exact answer he did. So you're stupid. You don't get it. You're not with the program. You're just stupid. Blocked. Like, fuck you, you fucking little cunt. And it's always those ones that act so arrogant like that, like they know everything, that are the most prickly. The most, anytime you bust anything, like I truly believe what pissed him off the most was when I looked up placenta on the same dictionary that he gave me for the last word. I looked up the first word and it didn't match, so your chain is broken right out the gate, and immediately he's butthurt about it. Like, that's what really made the dude angry. So, but yeah, I'm not against his work. I just think he's, and the thing is he's coming at us. He was the one doing the attacking and then acting like, we're the jackasses.
Yeah.
So, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's really a shame when people like that who are actually really have good information aren't more open. They're very like tunnel vision, or they're so convinced that they've figured it all out.
That's the thing, is he is tunnel visioned. And some people do get like that. This is one of the problems where we have with today's compartmentalization, where you can't get a bigger picture because you're so busy tunneled, and that's the only thing that dude talks about, the only thing he thinks about. If you look at his Facebook and you just if you don't know, follow his story, and you a bunch of his posts on Facebook, the things he says, he sounds like a completely cracked out fucking, just like, wow, this guy should have been in a rubber room. So, and it's because he's so hyper focused on that one thing, and then again he double speaks because he does all this other stuff. So just I mean, think about that statement: the flat Earth is the empty birthday cake. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Are you Confucius on LSD or something? What the hell does that even mean, bro?
I don't know. Oh.
That's why I was like, is the cake empty because it was waiting to be filled with pudding? I'm German. We like to fill things with pudding and custard and shit. Like, is that what's going on here? I understand now. Otherwise, I don't even get what the hell you're talking about, man. You just came on my page and said the flat Earth is an empty birthday cake with no surrounding context whatsoever. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's really weird.
So, yeah. So, what do you do? Then the guy's, and he thinks he's smarter than everybody, and you can't reach that dude at that point. If you think you know everything and you're smarter than everybody else, then you can't be taught anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was funny. I guess he's not going to come to the event then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rose was trying to talk him into it, and because Rose was messing around, because Rose was even like, hey, Kurt, not everybody there is even necessarily on the same page. She's like, Jason isn't necessarily a flat earther. Ben believes the Earth's an Energizer bunny, which I thought was hilarious. And then I was like, well, I don't really think the Energizer bunny is the Earth. It's the battery inside it. So then would the bunny actually be God? So I was just going, having fun too. And then I started making his shit into a custard cake. So I'm just fucking around, and that dude got furious. And Rose is trying to like mediate, and I'm just laughing my ass off the whole time. So it was great.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And I got cake.
Yeah, that cake looks really good too. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it was delicious. The next day, I took in some Strauss cookies and cream ice cream and put it on there. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I've been having a sweet tooth lately. I'm gonna have to make. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's getting to be winter. You need that sweet tooth coming. You gotta get them pounds on to get. I remember once I'm from South Dakota, and I was driving home from I think I was in California, And as I was going home, it's just getting more and more horrible. And I was like, I have no hair and no body and very little body fat. Why the hell do I live in the frozen north? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a cold person. Even now, like got into the like barely into the 40s, and I was like, oh hell, I gotta go get my coat.
Yep. See, here in Humboldt, it's like 50 to 80 all the time, basically. I mean, it does range a little bit, but not very much. And when it does, it's only for an hour or two a day. It's basically just 50 to 80. I prefer the lower my hoodie. We're good to go. Then if weirdos like Kurt Kallenbach start screaming shit, I just put my hoodie up and ignore them and go about my way.
Yeah.
Take a dab and chuckle. Yeah, the same thing. This is real funny because last year, right before Flatoberfest, I didn't even end up finding out about this till after Flatoberfest. But and again, it's another linguist guy, is Dylan Sicoccio.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is such a complete douchebag. It's amazing. And then the information he's out there is basically reiterating everything that the mainstream ever said. Like, we didn't learn that. And he's like, and even now he's taken to calling people like conspiracy-minded people. And this guy started attacking me before Flatoberfest. Like a month before Flatoberfest, this dude starts shitting on me, and I don't even know it until like 5 months later.
Really?
So, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah. He posted a whole video. He doesn't say my name in the video, but says everything, my entire presentation at Flatoberfest, unless there's a lot of other people that tie German cosmology and the tree of life and alchemy together all together the way I do. I've never met that person.
I haven't seen it.
Or heard of them. But yeah. So unless magically there's another person that he was shitting on that somehow does the same work I do, and I do my own work. I'm not regurgitating other people's stuff. I've got my own tree of life, all my own stuff. And so he was shitting on me, and I just didn't know about it because I don't follow that dumb shit. He does the whole word games thing, and him and I got into it. And the only reason I ended up finding out about it is because, like, 5 months later, his whole thing is he's trying to make, like, everything derives from Phoenician and all this. And his entire mentality behind it was all these different alphabets that have 16 characters. And I was like, and so he starts going on about it with the Younger Futhark. And I was like, but it's called the Younger Futhark. The Elder Futhark was 24 characters. They don't derive from each other. Like, there's no connection. And he was doing it all off the 16 character, and he got all pissed off. And like, the Elder Futhark's like 800 years older than the Younger Futhark, and keeps getting older as they keep finding more things. And the Younger Futhark was only used for like not even 200 years during the transitionary period, and it was only by a couple countries, the Danes and one other country used it basically. And then at that same time period, during the transition time period, the Futhork shows up, which was 32 characters. And so the Danes and the other country, they traded more heavily with Rome. And so I think they kind of more adjusted to the Roman standards. Well, then the more heavily Germanic went to 32 with the Futhork. Long story short, none of what he said matched up. Dude flipped out, and that's where I ended up attacking me for months and months. I'm like, wow. And that happened just like a month before Flatoberfest, and now this year it's Kurt Kallenbach. It's like, I only noticed, I honestly didn't even know the dude was talking shit till I saw Jason's response, because I didn't know what the fuck he meant. Because what the fuck is it? I don't know, it's one that's waiting to be filled with custard, and that's what my wife did, and it was delicious. It wasn't even my birthday.
Yeah. You know what, though? Let them keep being, every time one of these guys says something against Flat Earth, though, they just get pummeled. They get pummeled because so many of their followers are Flat Earthers. So they're either going to have to, either just learn to be okay with it or just get on board, y'all. Wake up.
Yeah. And dude, we don't all even have the same standard. I'm a cosmic egg guy. The plane we live on's flat, but for me, everything between here and the firmament is still. That's still. I still live here. Like, I can wave on that part and touch it, and birds fly in it, and that's still part of where I live. And underneath me, the portion of Earth, and I would presume that that's somewhat, in a half circle shape. And as you go up, things get more etheric and as you go down, they get more dense. And this is the deepest hole, supposedly, that's ever been dug in Russia. That's 8 miles deep, and they just can't even go past that.
Yeah.
Too hard, too dense. So, to me, we just live in the cosmic egg, and we live right on the nice, soft Cinderella spot.
Right. We live in the Goldilocks zone.
Yes.
I love how some of the terms that the heliocentrists used to use on us actually do apply. And it just goes to show you how tricky they are. Like, they'll use stuff that will, resonate as true because there is truth to it. They just make you think it's something completely different than it really is. So we're, they say, the Goldilocks zone.
Exactly.
Right? That's where we're at. We're in the dielectric plane of inertia. It's not too much pressure. It's not too low pressure. It's just right.
Exactly. And my friend Sean, Sean Alger, he calls it, it's called paralleling. Its biggest techniques is they'll say something it's just close enough to be right, but then there's a little swerve to it, and then that's target entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And excellent technique, assholes.
Yep.
But can't wait to see you and Ted. Can't wait to party with everybody. We're getting excited. We love you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And hopefully you guys will have a much easier time getting to the event this year.
Oh, man. We're driving my truck this year. We better. Last year was horrifying. It was literally planes, trains, and automobiles. Holy smoke. Except for when we woke up and there was something between two pillows, Christy didn't freak out about it. We were just cool with it. Other than that, it was mostly the same.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm getting such dirty looks now. Love you guys.
All right, later, Ben. Oh, that's too funny. The cake zone. Right? Cake. I'm going to make something. I need to make something with sweets, and I totally have a sweet tooth. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, is that me?
That is you.
Oh, all right. Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind here. I had a great description that leaves absolutely no ambiguity for the Globetards, man. It's really a good one.
Okay, what is it?
The Earth is a level topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system.
That's pretty good. It's long though, but it's good. See, I love all these descriptions, but flat Earth is just so.
It is, but that's the thing, because they always want to be all picky and oh no, there's mountains and there's valleys and stuff. Okay, you pedantic little bastard. Here we go. Earth is a level topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system. Now, eat that up, and they can't go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
And what I've found that has gotten me banned from Twitter, and it's really pissing off the Globies, pin them down to this fluid pressure system without containment.
Yeah.
Demonstrate one. And all they can do is, the Earth. Well, if the only example you have is the very thing in question, you don't have anything, babe. That's all there is to it. And don't show me a picture of Jupiter because you don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's another great one
So
because they tell you that these are gas giants that congealed in a vacuum. What?
Right. Right. But when you pin them down to their basics with that, and there's no way around it. They freak out, and they went on a mass campaign, a mass reporting campaign to shut me down because I would not let them take me off point. They always try to shift the burden of proof. They always try to shift everything that you're talking about. And it's like, yeah, that's all well and good. So if you want to, go ahead and use your gravity and demonstrate a fluid pressure system without a container. I don't care how you do it. Go ahead and demonstrate one. I had that Toon character on my show, and and I was reluctant. He's lucky I even gave him the time of day. I hate that son of a bitch so bad. The shit he does with his website. If I was sitting at a table with him, have bail money.
This is why I don't talk to that guy. He's a slime ball.
Oh my God. He is. So he came on and I said, can you demonstrate a fluid pressure system without containment? And he put his hands up and he goes, okay, right here in front of me is a column of air. And I looked at him and I was like, what are you talking about? An invisible column of air in front of your face? That's like me going underwater and say, look, I'm holding a pool full of water. What in the world are you talking about? So I just looked at it. I said, is that all you've got? And he said, yeah. And I said, get the fuck out of here. And I kicked him off my show.
That's hilarious. That's like saying, like you can't have, like I can't drink my coffee without the cup to contain it.
Nope.
Like if I was just holding...
All volumes of fluid require containment. I don't care. It's going to be in a state of disequilibrium, and that's why it is in a container. And being in a state of disequilibrium within a container is what causes the pressure. It's not hard to understand, but they just want to throw this mysterious gravity in there, and then you just hit them with the, mass attracts mass. Well, as I increase the mass of a helium balloon, its tendency to resist the mass of the Earth becomes greater and greater.
Yep.
And said, well, gravity's in the buoyancy formula. I said, that's a description, a quantification of an effect. Okay, it's not the cause. And they just flip out. They can't handle it, man.
No.
So I got nailed. They banned me on Twitter, and I have to go back. And I didn't even say anything mean or anything. I just held them to that standard. And every time they try to obfuscate or change the subject or shift the burden of proof, I'm like, no, that doesn't work like that. Produce a fluid pressure system without containment, or concede that the Earth is indeed a level topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's all I had for you, Karen, and looking forward to meeting you. Probably going to be screwing with Brian the whole time I'm there, little bastard. He needs his butt kicked.
That's hilarious. All right. Well, cool. Well, I'll see you in Vegas
right.
then.
All right, doll. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, good morning, Miss Karen B.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Hey, I got an update a couple weeks ago on YouTube, and I don't know if you know this or have seen this, but like when I go into the comments, when I first tap on the chat for your show, it gives me an alert now every time. It says, when you send a message, people will be able to see that you subscribed. And I'm like, oh, ooh, okay, So I think that's funny, and I don't know if other people have seen it either, but like the thumbs up in the live chat, like have you seen it scroll before? I've seen it to where, like right now I'm looking at it and it says 60, but I've seen it when all of a sudden it's really like 608, and it'll scroll back down, and all of a sudden it'll be like, it'll just show the first two numbers, 58, and I'll see it subtract. Like someone taps on it, rolls it back down real quick, and I could see all the people who gave a thumbs up for a second, and then it goes away, and I only see the first two numbers, not the full thumbs up that are there for everybody's show that it's on. I see it come up, and I give a thumbs up, and then I just leave it on for a second, and all of a sudden it'll say 24 thumbs up, and then boom, it's actually 248, and then it rolls back down to a certain number, and then it only shows me 24.
Yeah, YouTube screws with us all the
I
time.
think that's weird.
Yeah.
But I was kind of weird that I got that warning when I clicked on you. Like, be careful. You
don't want to be
think twice.
embarrassed.
That's all. Just a quick call. Have a good morning. I hope you get your sweet tooth satisfied there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ruthie.
Oh, that's too funny. I miss Fokker. Yeah, we miss Flat Earth Fokker. Shout out to Flat Earth Fokker. I quit drinking, now I freeze it and eat it like a popsicle. You can also make Jell-O shots out of it too. Those will really mess you up. I really try not to do that though. Not big on drinking heavily. I like to have a beer or two, that's it. Hard kombucha. But drinking and getting like wasted and drunk, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. The pillars in the mountains. Nowhere does it say it reaches to the ground. In ancient texts, it either is fastened to pillars or mountains in the east and in the west. If the firmament is a dome that touches the ground, then doesn't that mean all the stuff in the sky is part of the earth? Well, it's part of the system. You don't need an ice wall, but there is an ice wall out there. I mean, we know it's there. Is there any openings? Is there an escape route? I don't know, but pretty sure there is an ice wall. I've seen it rolling like that, but I don't see who tapped it. Yeah, I don't know. You know, YouTube screws with us. That's what they do. We're targeted. We're targeted content creators. Oliver Anthony, He Will Touch Your Heart, Truth Song, World Anthem. I am subscribed to Karen B and I am not ashamed. Thanks, 16 Alpha V. Oh, that's funny. Carrie says, I am so sick of the FE is a PSYOP BS. That is very condescending and arrogant, like we can't be smart enough to figure out things with our critical thinking. I know. FE can't be a PSYOP. It can't be a PSYOP because there's no curvature. If there's no curve, then there's no ball. Right? And just like the caller that said before, the sovereign guy, you can't have a pressurized system without a container. So we have a pressurized system, but we don't have a container. We live on a ball, but we don't have any curvature. I mean, it is a complete inversion of reality. Let's just be real here, people. I mean, it's 2023. Haven't you dropped the globe yet? Haven't you got yourself off that cartoon ball yet? I mean, come on. Come on. Being deceived is so 2020. Anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I really appreciate all of you being here for my Moonday morning coffee talk. I don't know for sure if I'll be doing a coffee talk next Moonday because that will be getting much, much closer to crunch time for the event. And I have no idea if I'll be busy or have more work to do or whatever. So I may or may not be here. And I apologize for not knowing in advance, but that's just the way it is. I guess if you see the alert, then I'm here. Other than that, if you're coming to the event, I will see you there. If you haven't got your ticket, you can still purchase tickets at flatearthfestivals.com. There is a code to get 10% off of your ticket, and the code is Thanks Bob. Thanks Bob. All one word will get you 10% off of your purchase. Hotel rooms are still available. If you go book at Sam's Town, but not through my link. You have to they have rooms left, but it's probably going to cost you. So you might want to split a room with some people, or there's a Longhorn across the street and some other places that are, it's within driving distance. So if you missed booking your room for the hotel block, I'm sorry about that, but I've been telling you for months. So there's that. And is there anything else? Anything else that I'm forgetting? No, tomorrow we'll be back here in the same channel for Strange World with Mark Sargent. And I don't know if any of the other streams are going to be happening. Maybe Thursday we will have a Globebusters Tech. But like I said, as it gets close to crunch time, these next couple weeks is kind of iffy if things are going to happen as far as streams go. But we will definitely see you in Vegas, and it will be a wonderful time. And you know what? I'm going to play this one thing real quick that I made. Me and Ted made a commercial for the merch in the merch store. It's super cheesy. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Here we go. All right. Boom. Wait, nope. Share screen, not me. There we go. Hey, if you're looking for some new Flat Earth merch, I got some new designs in my merch store. Please check it out. I got the Guy Fawkes, Mark Sargent design, Coffee Talk with Karen B mugs, vintage Flat Earth, and Flat Earther hats. So please check it out, and much love, y'all.
She couldn't do it. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat
And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flatooberfest and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.